Epic Wings, your wing spot since 1982, is now open in Glendale. Our Epic Wings and tenders are fresh, never frozen, and our breadsticks, sauces, and dips are made from scratch daily. It's that tradition of unwavering quality since 1982 that our customers have grown to love and why we have been named Best Wings time and time again. Come visit our newest location at 95th Avenue and Camelback in Glendale. Epic Wings, proud supporter of Thursday Night Football on the Epic Sports Network.
Whether you're looking to burn calories or are on the path to earning your black belt, there is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class that covers exactly what you're searching for. Kids, teens, and adults of all skill levels, ages, and walks of life have turned to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for decades. Contact Gracie Baja North Phoenix 480-887-8673 and sign up for your free trial class today.
Gracie Baja North Phoenix. Jiu-Jitsu for everyone.
We welcome you back to Poston Butte High School here in Santan Valley. We apologize for the audio difficulties there in the early portion of the pregame show, but you know what? We'll get things ironed out here as we go, and
James,
everything will be all right, right, Ed?
It's just always one little button that throws everything off. It's the button that says send to master, the one that you didn't push.
The one I did not push to unmute. You're exactly right, Ed.
That's okay.
That's exactly what happened. You see the tunnel right there. We got the stars and stripes, the Arizona flag coming out on the field. A very festive evening here, and we're about ready to roll here. But on the football field, it's going to be a battle royale tonight here, my friend.
So what we were saying in the pregame that the folks did not hear is that both teams are 1-1. Mica Mountain and Poston Butte, they're both looking for their second victory of the season. Both teams coming off a loss. Mica Mountain lost at home to Bradshaw Mountain on September 9th. They lost 41-14, and Poston Butte beat Round Valley 20-13 on September 9th as well. So they're looking to extend their winning streak to 2, and of course Mica Mountain's looking to get a 1-game winning streak going, which will mean their second victory of the season. We talked about how Poston Butte is a running football team. They've run the ball 90 times for almost 600 yards and 6 touchdowns. Number 22, Gavin Thrower, expect to see a steady dose and a strong dose of him tonight because he's accounted for almost 400 yards, 400 of those 600 yards, and all 6 rushing touchdowns.
Ed, did you say 600 yards of rushing in 2 football games?
In 2 games.
That's a trademark of this, it's a wing. Some people call it a wing tee. Some people call it a veer offense. Really, the only difference is in the veer, you leave one man unaccounted for, and you let that quarterback read that guy. It might be the end man on the line of scrimmage, or it might be one of the blitzing linebackers or somebody that cheats up at the last minute. And then if you're running a true wing tee, everybody's blocked, and then it's just mano-a-mano on the football field.
Yeah, basically it's offensive line against defensive line. The quarterback hands off to the running back, and who's going to stop that running back? Can anybody stop Gavin Thrower tonight if you're the Mica Mountain Thunderbolts?
We will find out here. It's a great evening. It's cooled off quite a bit this week. Some of the humidity has evaporated, if you will, from the Valley of the Sun, thank goodness, because last Thursday night out there at Eastmark High School, it was a swamp pit, but that was a fantastic overtime finish last week there between Eastmark and those ALA Gilbert North Eagles.
Yeah, James, we saw everything and the kitchen sink was thrown in last week against Eastmark. We had lights go out. We almost didn't get on the air. We saw a 23-point comeback from halftime when Eastmark was down 26-3 to ALA, and they came back and with a furious comeback and came back and won in overtime with a field goal. What a phenomenal game last week. We are hoping we get that same amount of fireworks and that same display of action tonight.
Yeah, we should be in for quite a contest here. The Mica Mountain Thunderbolts under the direction of Coach Pat Nugent, and he is a Southern Arizona coaching legend, formerly at the Cienega Bobcats. We had those guys on last season down there as they played host down there in Pima County, and that was a fantastic game as well. Cienega and Salpointe. I asked some of those Southern Arizona reporters last season, hey, what's the game of games in Southern Arizona? And they said, without a doubt, it's Salpointe and Cienega. So it was great to be down there for that one last week. But we're excited to have another Pima County team here in town tonight, the Mica Mountain Thunderbolts, and it's going to be fun. I like their uniforms. We were talking about that before we went on the air here tonight.
I love the Carolina Blues. But everyone down in Tucson, we welcome you, and thank you for tuning in tonight. Every Mica Mountain Thunderbolt fan, I know you're going to cheer your head off as you're watching this game tonight. But they've got a good team, 1-1. Jaden Thorson is the main quarterback there. He's thrown 13 times. He's completed 13 passes. He's thrown 2 touchdowns. Josiah Thornwell has 2 rushing touchdowns. Jonah Garcia has a touchdown. He's caught 5 passes this year. Jack Bradley has 3 catches for 27 yards. Devin Hayward. So Thorson loves to spread the ball around to all of his wide receivers and his running backs. He's got a wealth of talent there. On defense, Kason Colbert leads the team with 10 tackles, 6 solo, a TFL, a sack. Jacob Flores, the other linebacker, he's got 9 tackles, 2.5 sacks. And DL Giovanni Randall, love the way he spells his name, Geovanie. I've never seen Giovanni spelled that way. But young Mr. Randall, he's got 5 tackles and a sack. So offensively, defensively, this is a pretty solid football team in Mica Mountain.
It really is all the way around, and it's going to make for a great contest here tonight. I got a chance to talk with the Mica Mountain Thunderbolts head coach Pat Nugent yesterday, and it was a great time visiting with those gentlemen and just kind of seeing what they've been up to in the offseason. We'll take a look at some of those clips during the halftime tonight, but it was a great time at visiting with them. They were excited about this game and a chance to come up here and face some really good competition. They were impressed of the fact that Poston Butte was able to really hang close with a team like the Higley Knights a couple weeks ago and nearly took them out.
Yeah, as you mentioned, almost took them out. It was a 50-43 game on September 2nd, so plenty of fireworks, plenty of action in that game. So we're hoping that it could get to that level tonight, and we have a lot of calls for you on offense and defense. We'll just see what happens, but we just want to see these young men on both of these football teams come out, have a good time tonight, and do what they love, which is play football.
Yeah, it's going to be a fantastic evening. Make sure and get on YouTube in the comments there and let us know where you're watching tonight's ball game from. We'd love to hear from you. We see some people checking in already. Unfortunately, we had some audio difficulties there in the first minute or so, but we've got that iron back, and we got a few people checking in. So get in there and let us know where you're watching from tonight. It's going to be a fantastic night of football here out in the Santan Valley, and these teams about ready to take the field here, Ed.
Yeah, 4.5 minutes to go until we do the national anthem, and we'll go ahead and get this game started. I am excited to see what both of these football teams have on display and has set for us tonight, James.
Now we're ready for our national anthem. Let's go ahead and bring up our public address announcer here.
Anthem, and they will be under the direction of band instructor John Woody.
A beautiful rendition of the Star Spangled Banner here by the Poston Butte High School Band. And we're about ready to get things going here. So glad you joined us this evening on the Epic Sports Network. Thursday Night Football coming your way from the Santan Valley. James Poovey and Ed Cole, alongside our camera operator this evening, Mrs. Alexis Weissar, joining us, bringing you some fantastic video footage there. Hope you're buckled up and ready for another Thursday night thriller, as this could very well be one of those games like we had last week, Ed, out there at Eastmark. Just a slugfest. It was a tale of two halves last week, and we'll see what these Thunderbolts and Broncos have on tap for us here tonight.
And the wonderful thing about football is it ranges from game to game. No two games are the same. This game will be completely different. We hope it is as exciting and thrilling as it was in Eastmark last week. So we will see. We'll just have to get this thing started and see what these two football teams have in store. What can they do offensively and defensively? Who is going to be the superior football team at the end of the night?
That's what it's going to come down to. The best team is going to come out of here victorious tonight. Who makes the most plays, who makes the least amount of mistakes, and then who's able to capitalize on the other team's mistakes.
Yep, it's all about what you just said, James, and also converting on third downs. If you want to be able to be successful on offense. You've got to be successful on third downs. You got to be able to extend drives and put pressure on the opposing defense. So whichever team does that has got a really good shot of winning this football game, should they avoid the mistakes, as you mentioned, and capitalize on every single opportunity that they have.
Yeah, it should be pretty smash mouth here tonight. Both these teams, like we said, like to run the rock. Obviously, Mica Mountain a bit more of a throwing team than Poston Butte. Poston Butte hangs their hat on the run game, but they will stand back and throw that football every once in a while as well. And not afraid to do it is quarterback Max Larson for the Poston Butte Broncos.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. He's only thrown the ball 14 times, again, because they've ran the ball 90 times, James. So he's thrown the ball 14 times for a touchdown. He's also rushed the ball 16 times for 92 yards. So if Max Larson gets the chance to run the football, if there's plays designed for him or if plays break down, you can expect Larson to get out there and run the football.
Captains now coming out onto the field for the Poston Butte Broncos. And now we're about ready to roll here inside.
This is your emergency broadcast system.
This is pretty cool.
Announcing the commencement of the
Oh.
I like that little stuff. We got a little PA feed for you here tonight. Good stuff here from Poston Butte High School. First of all, thank you very much to the folks for the fine hospitality out here this evening.
Visiting Thunderbolts, number 6, Zach Brent. Number 10, Octavio Vidrio. Number 40, Jacob Ford. And number 42, Jacob Flores. And for the Broncos, number 5, Aiden Contreras. Number 10, Connor Lopez. Number 54, Ulysses Necochea. And number 70, Cade Elisa. Poston Butte is one that tossed and has deferred.
So
Poston Butte will be kicking off and defending the south end zone.
Here come the Poston Butte Broncos now onto the football field. They have won the toss and deferred to kick in the second half. You see the team coming onto the field now, and they're raising that flag high here inside the stadium. Let's recognize our AIA officiating crew here tonight. Our referee, Mr. Paul Hoffman, our head linesman, Craig Cousy, line judge Jeff Whipple, our umpire this evening, Greg Dandy, the back judge, Austin Curtis, our side judge this evening, Barrett Furman, and our field judge tonight, Nick David. We're ready to roll here from Poston Butte High School out here in the far Santan Valley, Mica Mountain, and the Thunderbolts under Coach Pat Nugent and the Dane Thompson-led Poston Butte Broncos. We're out here for the second year in a row out here at Poston Butte, Ed. It was a great time last year, and we're looking forward to another fantastic night here tonight.
Absolutely. We really thank the Poston Butte the organization, the entire school for their hospitality and coming out here, making sure we're good with our internet and power, making sure we're good with our location set up so that we can have a better location right here at the 50. Miss Alexis is on the camera. She's doing her work. She's doing master work as our cinematographer, James.
Cinematographer, that's exactly right. Doing a great job. And I tell you, that's a fantastic looking shot right there now that the sun has set here out in the Santan Valley. We're about ready for some football, Ed. Mica Mountain coming out in their all-white look, white pants trimmed with blue and black striping, or piping, I should say, blue Carolina blue numbers and hats for Mica Mountain. And for those Poston Butte Broncos, rocking the dark blues tonight, orange numbers, orange piping down the side of the pants, blue hats and blue numbers on those hats. And everybody looking sharp here as we're ready for kickoff here. Back deep to receive for Mica Mountain. This is going to be our desk light tonight, Ed. Into the end zone now, and that will be a touchback for Mica Mountain. So they'll get things started here from their own 20-yard line. Jonah Garcia back there deep to receive for the Mica Mountain Thunderbolts. And Jonah Garcia plays a little bit of kick returner. He's got 5 kick returns he's actually a wide receiver as well for Mica Mountain. 5 receptions, 43 yards, and a touchdown on the season. So we're ready to get things started here. So glad you joined us here this evening on the Epic Sports Network. Thursday Night Football underway here. Jaden Thorson in at quarterback for Mica Mountain, and our first play, we have a flag. False start, early movement up front now for Mica Mountain, so that'll back them up a couple of yards. It'll be 1st and 10 Thunderbolts now from their own 15. Thorson goes to work now from the shotgun. He rolls out, fires. It's incomplete. His intended target, Dominic Leone, this 5'10", 160-pound sophomore. And that ball falls incomplete. 2nd and 10 now upcoming, or 2nd and 15, excuse me, for Mica Mountain from their own 15. They run it straight ahead. Goes Connor Handgarner, the sophomore, 5'6", 160 pounds, and he goes right off right guard, plunges ahead for a positive gain of about 8.5 yards. 3rd and 8 now upcoming here for Mica Mountain.
And, of course, with 3rd and 8, you would expect that they would go to the air to try to make a completion. Thorson would try to connect with one of his wide receivers, see if anybody's open.
Possession play right here for Mica Mountain. Thorson rolls out, finds a target at the 25-yard line, and rumbling his way out near the 30-yard line on the reception once again for the Mica Mountain Thunderbolts, Dominic Leone. And Leone right now, the hot hand, he moves the chains for the Thunderbolts. 1st down and 10, Mica Mountain from their own 30.
Great job by Thorson getting the snap and rolling out to his right and finding Dominic Leone open there in the flat, made the completion, got the 1st down. Keep those chains moving, James.
A high snap. Thorson puts it in the belly of the running back, and somehow he makes something out of nothing. And that is Handgarner once again on the tote. And unbelievably, he makes something out of that play. That was tough sledding right there for Handgarner.
I think it's going to be that kind of night, James, where running is going to be hard, passing is going to be hard. Both of these defenses are going to be up to the task. At least we see so far, Poston Butte is coming with the aggression.
Back to live, a high snap. It goes bad there for Mica Mountain. In on defense for Poston Butte, shutting it down. Among others was Michael Collins, the sophomore. And the pressure was relentless that time from the Mica Mountain Thunderbolts, or from the Poston Butte Broncos, excuse me.
That's going to be something that Thorson and his center are going to have to work on, that center quarterback exchange. That is critical to an offense moving. If that center and that quarterback are not in sync and they're not working well together, then things are going to struggle on the offensive end.
The Thunderbolts go to the air. It's complete at the 35-yard line on the far side of the field on the reception for Mica Mountain after a beautiful toss that time from Thorson. And that picks up a couple of yards for Mica Mountain, but they're going to be short of the line to gain.
James, I believe that was number 4, Devin Hayward, the wide receiver that made that catch. He's a 5'10", 160-pound junior.
Back deep to receive now for Poston Butte, Ja'Kai Robertson. On to kick it away from Mica Mountain, Santonio Stopani. Stopani takes a Thunderbolts bounce and finally dies at what looks to be the 33-yard line. Make it the 32-yard line, so that's where Poston Butte will take over. We're scoreless here with 9 minutes and 2 seconds remaining here in our first quarter. And Mica Mountain basically not able to get anything going offensively right there on their first possession.
Credit the success of that Poston Butte defense to get that stop and force the punting situation.
First down and 10 now for the Broncos from their own 32. Play fake. He looks to throw, the pressure comes, and somehow out in the flat, he hauls it in near the 30, breaking a tackle up the near sideline and rumbling out near midfield. What a fantastic gain on the play there by Gavin Thrower. And this guy, we talked about him in the pregame, Ed. He is something special for the Poston Butte Broncos.
What a play by Thrower to contort his body, knowing the football was going to come a different way than he was expecting to catch it. It was a little bit harder for him to haul in that catch, but he caught it and got those extra yards, got the first down.
First down and 10. Broncos now from their own 49-yard line after a beautiful gain there on 1st and 10 for Thrower. Play fake. Goes to the flat with it. It's complete. On the reception, Aiden Contreras for the Poston Butte Broncos. And stopped nicely on the play there by the Mica Mountain defense. These guys so far here are swarming to the football.
Oh, yeah, both defenses are swarming to the football. I like the way that the defenses are stepping up right now, knowing they've got to be able to put that pressure and continue to force the issue from a defensive standpoint on these offenses.
A loss of 1 on the play. 2nd and 11 now for the Poston Butte Broncos. They hand it off, going inside with it. Lowering his headgear and picking up about 4 yards is Aiden Contreras. And I tell you what, these guys have a number of weapons in there at running back.
Yeah, Contreras, really good run, running off center. Alex Miranda, the number 53, he's the center, 5'8", 187-pounder, making that hole open there for Contreras to get those yards. As we face a 3rd and 8 situation, James.
3rd down and 8 here for Poston Butte. Possession play for the Broncos. They hand it off to the up back. He plunges ahead for about a yard, and he is popped on the inside by a host of Mica Mountain tacklers.
Among them, number 42, Jacob Flores. We talked about him in the pregame. Linebacker, 6 foot, 180-pound senior. He was in there to make that tackle.
In there with Will White as well for the Thunderbolt defense. And now, back and forth football, the Poston Butte Broncos come up short. 4th down, they will punt it away, and back deep to receive for Mica Mountain. This is Jonah Garcia.
Okay, James, so we see both defenses are up to the task tonight, at least in these first 2 drives, these initial drives for these football teams. Let's see what the offenses can do in kind to make those adjustments.
We shall see.
Flores is back there for the number 42. That's Lucas Potter.
The pressure comes, and the punt is gotten away very nicely. It takes a Broncos bounce. Trickles into the end zone. He tried to save it there at the last moment. And an athletic play there as the ball trickled into the end zone. Ja'Kai Robertson down there in coverage for the Poston Butte Broncos, and Robertson with an effort play here as he tried to scoop that thing right before it trickled into the end zone.
Yeah, I like the play by Ja'Kai. He went for it, tried to do everything he could physically. As you see, he dives into the end zone to try to get the ball and knock it back out, and maybe force, a start at the 1 yard line or right at the end zone line.
So now the Thunderbolts will go back on offense from their own 20-yard line. We're scoreless here. 6:28 remaining in our first half. And that was number 6, Zach Brent for Mica Mountain. Plunges his way straight ahead there for positive yardage. He picked up 2 on the play. 2nd and 8 now upcoming here for the Thunderbolts. From their own 22. 2-by-1 on the outside now for Thorson. They send a man in motion, play fake. They swing it out into the flat. It's complete. About 2 yards shy of the line to gain goes Connor Handgarner, and that was a fantastic play out there in the flat for Handgarner.
It was. So Thorson backs up. He sees Handgarner out there on his left side. He just completes the ball, and Handgarner uses his speed to get the yardage that he got. As it's 3rd and 2 for Mica Mountain.
3rd and 2 indeed from the 28-yard line. Split backs now for Thorson on 3rd and 2. They hand it to the up back. He weaves his way through traffic, and I believe with the push, he's going to have enough for a Thunderbolts first down. What a great job there by the running back and the offensive line just never saying die on that play there. Keep those legs churning and just push that pile forward.
Yeah, James, that was number 6, Zach Brent. As you mentioned, you see it on the replay. He continues to churn his legs and keep fighting for those yards he needed to get the first down. So great job by Brent, continuing to move forward, move north, and get the first down.
First down and 10 now for the Thunderbolts from their own 34-yard line. Fires on a little crossing route. It's complete for about a 7-yard gain. Jack Bradley out there ball hawking and hauling that one in for the Thunderbolts. He was double covered, but Thorson able to thread the needle on that play right there.
Thread the needle he did, and great catch by Jack Bradley and his ability to hold on to the football knowing that double coverage was there, and for him to be able to secure that football knowing that contact was going to come. Great job by number 15.
Second and short here for Mica Mountain. They give it to the up back, running straight ahead across the 45-yard line. That is once again Josiah Thornwell. And now Thornwell getting into the fray here for the Thunderbolts. They have a stable of backs back there for Coach Nugent.
They do. I like the way they're running the football so far. As you mentioned, so many bodies you can throw back there. And that offensive line is doing their part to allow those running backs to get those yards because they're opening those holes and they're doing what they need to do physically up front against that defensive line.
They go back to work now. A hard bit of running. Once again, that was Josiah Thornwell. And on the stop for the Poston Butte Broncos, Bobby Gaitan. And Gaitan, 7 tackles on the season, 2 solos, 5 assists, 1.5 sacks, 2 hurries, and a TFL as well for the senior.
James, let me correct you. That was Zach Brent. I know the 5 and 6s they can look kind of similar on their jerseys, but that was number 6, Zach Brent back there.
Brent on the stop.
Thank goodness for these binos.
No doubt, right? Mica Mountain now goes back to work on second down. It falls incomplete. The intended target was number 32, Xavier Johnson, and he was well covered there by the Poston Butte Broncos.
He was. Great job by the Broncos secondary to cover number 32. Again, double coverage, knowing that he was going to be the main target right there for Thorson. Those guys stepped up there and forced the incompletion. Knocked that ball away.
Third down upcoming here for Mica Mountain. Three minutes remaining here in our first quarter. So glad you joined us this evening on the Epic Sports Network. Thursday Night Football coming your way from the Santan Valley. Split backs now for Thorson on 3rd and long. He looks to throw, fires to the far side. It's just short. The intended target was Jack Bradley, and unfortunately for Bradley, that ball just a little bit too shy of the mark.
Thorson had the proper protection. He had the time to throw the football. He just skipped it to Jack Bradley, just threw it a little bit short. If he would have threw it on time, would have been more accurate with it, then he, of course, would have made that completion to Bradley.
So Mica Mountain now goes back to work here on 4th down. They're going to punt it away. Back deep to receive once again for Poston Butte. This will be Jakai Robertson. The punt is blocked, partially blocked. It's fielded there at the 40-yard line and covered up nicely by Amari Thomas, the sophomore. Connor Lopez was the one that got the block for Poston Butte. An excellent job there from Lopez. Got a chance to visit with him as well the other day, talking with him and Coach Thompson, as well as Kate Elisa. So we'll talk with those gentlemen at halftime here of this ball game. But that was a great punt block and improving the field position right there for the Broncos.
Yeah, JP, we always talk about 3 phases of a football team playing well. You need your special teams to play as well if you're going to expect to win this football game.
Off and running are the Poston Butte Broncos. Gavin Thrower on the call that time for Poston Butte. And Thrower just lines up and runs behind those big offensive linemen. Clock runs with 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining here in our first quarter. He fires out to the far side. It's complete. And Larson connects with Aiden Contreras on the near side. And Contreras doing a great job hauling that one in that time for the Broncos.
Yeah, fantastic job by the quarterback, Max Larson, making that completion. Saw Contreras out there on the left side, made the easy completion. Contreras did the rest, catch the football, got those yards, and he got his team a first down.
Poston Butte back to work on 1st down and 10, and Mica Mountain right in there for the stuff. They were having none of that on the play. A swarming defensive play there from Mica Mountain, and right on time was that Thunderbolts defense.
And, of course, number 42, the linebacker, Jacob Flores, would be in there to make that tackle on Gavin Thrower. But it was him, and it was at least 2 or 3 other guys, 2 or 3 of his other teammates to get in there to get to Gavin Thrower. So that's how you get to a running back of his caliber. You've got to throw multiple bodies at him. You can't go one-on-one with him. Maybe you can if you're Flores, but, of course, you want to have some help.
And, hey, if you're in the open field, it's going to be even tougher to go one-on-one with Gavin Thrower.
Of course.
3-by-1 on the outside now. They go up the gut with Thrower, and he runs across the 30-yard line for a 1st down for the Poston Butte Broncos, and Gavin Thrower just continuing to impress here in this first quarter.
If it wasn't for defensive end Jaden Criswell, he may have gotten way more yards than that, possibly broken one off there, but great job by number 51 bringing him down, grabbing his legs, grabbing Thrower's legs, and bringing him down right there as we see on the replay.
Poston Butte now in business from the Thunderbolts 30-yard line, 1st down and 10. They run it one more time, does Poston Butte, and they pick up a couple yards on the play. Once again, that was Gavin Thrower on the carry. This guy has 6 touchdowns on the season, 7.5 yards a carry, Ed. That's not a bad average.
It's not, especially considering he's averaging 200 yards a game, and there's only 2 games, and he's got over 400 yards rushing.
Not too shabby.
That's a great start to the season for if you're number 24.
Not too shabby. Clock moves with under 40 seconds to play here in our first quarter. A tight bunch formation now for the Broncos. They hand it off to Thrower, and he is met almost immediately in the backfield there. And that was Mica Mountain's Jason Criswell on the stop there for the Thunderbolts, and he knifed in there in a hurry.
Criswell, we talk about that gang tackling. Criswell, along with Jacob Flores, also in there for that tackle. We see that the Broncos love to run the football up the middle. They want to hand it off to Gavin Thrower and pound the middle of that defensive line. Let that middle part of his offensive line do the damage and open it up for Thrower. But at least right there, Flores and Criswell got the stop on Thrower.
We have reached the end of our first quarter. We're scoreless here from the Santan Valley, the Mica Mountain Thunderbolts, and the Poston Butte Broncos.
Wow, that was a quick
first quarter.
That was quick.
We'll step aside and come back for more Epic TNF 2022 right after this on the Epic Sports Network. Stay with us.
I love Sky Zone because it's the most fun.
I love Sky Zone because it is the greatest workout.
I can jump off the walls and fly with my friends. Most fun.
It gets my heart rate pumping. It tones all my muscles. You can burn 1,000 calories an hour.
Most fun.
Greatest workout.
Most fun.
Greatest workout.
Most fun. Greatest workout.
Jump into fun and fitness at Sky Zone, the original indoor trampoline park.
At Precision Air and Plumbing, we understand that we're all using our homes in ways we never have before. And we are dedicated to making sure that your air conditioning and plumbing are working at peak efficiency no matter what you're doing. When you make the precision decision, you can trust that we're going to hold ourselves to a higher standard and above all, operate with integrity. We're going to protect your comfort with the longest, most comprehensive warranties available, guaranteed. Give us a chance to earn your business. Visit us today at precisionairandplumbing.com.
We welcome you back to Poston Butte High School here in the Santan Valley. We're scoreless. James Poovey and Ed Cole coming your way here on the Epic Sports Network. Thursday Night Football on the air. Poston Butte and Mica Mountain. So glad you joined us here this evening. Thursday Night Football of the season provided by Epic Wings. Check them out at 95th Avenue and Camelback over in Glendale. And just like that, the Broncos go to the air with it, and they haul it in. What a fantastic reception on the play. Unbelievable job. And that was Connor Lopez on the reception for the Broncos right there. And we'll see if we were able to snag that one.
Yeah, let's see if we got
Hopefully
that.
I got that.
There it is. We got the tail end of Connor
end of
Lopez. But Larson to Lopez, great connection. Larson's got the protection. He sits back there. He sees Lopez open there, down on the left side, makes the completion, got them right in the red zone.
First and goal, Broncos now. And he puts it into the end zone for the touchdown.
And wouldn't you know, it's Gavin Thrower.
Mr. Thrower.
Touchdown number 7 on the season for him.
In there for the score for the Poston Butte Broncos. We'll take a look at the replay in just a minute here after the PAT. And just like that, Poston Butte 6-0 now over the Mica Mountain Thunderbolts. Busted play. They go to the far side with it. He goes to the end zone, and he gets it for the 2-point conversion. How about that play right there? Unbelievable job.
That was number 28, Reginald. I hope I say his name right. Reginald Owella, running back, a 5'7", 215-pound junior.
Let's take a look at that touchdown now from Gavin Thrower. Actually, this is going to be the scramble right here for the 2-point conversion. And how about the wherewithal there from Will White, squaring those shoulders to the line of scrimmage, Ed, and finding someone open in that end zone for the 2-point conversion.
It's really cool when plays break down and these young men have to improvise on the run. And Will White, as you mentioned, had to improvise. He saw number 28, saw Owella open over there, and he made the completion, got that 2-point conversion, got him up 8-0.
And now we'll take one more look at the touchdown right here from Gavin Thrower, just right up the B gap there, and just gets behind those big fellas and makes his way into the end zone for the tutty. Back to live action now. 8-0 Poston Butte leads here at home. A nice return almost out to the 20-yard line for Mica Mountain.
That was Devin Hayward on the return for Mica Mountain, James.
Devin Hayward, got a chance to talk with him as well yesterday. Once again, we'll take a look at those interviews during our halftime show tonight. 8-0, the Poston Butte Broncos on top of the Mica Mountain Thunderbolts here. Ball spotted at the 18-yard line. $11 minutes and 26 seconds remaining here in our first half. So glad you joined us this evening on the Epic Sports Network. Once again, get on YouTube there in the comments. Let us know where you're watching tonight's ball game from. We'd love to hear from you. Back to pass on 1st and 10. And the pressure comes off the edge for the Poston Butte Broncos. And providing that pressure was none other than number 51, Bobby Gaitan.
Great job by Gaitan, just knifing through that offensive line. And his one job was to get Jaden Thorenson, and that's exactly what he got. We'll check it here on the replay. Number 51 just busts through that offensive line, gets to number 2, and brings down the quarterback for the sack.
Never stops coming. Excellent effort there off that defensive line. Now back to live action we go. And once again, that is Gaitan in the backfield there, disrupting things for the Mica Mountain Thunderbolts. Clock runs with 10 minutes and 35 seconds remaining here in our first half. So glad you joined us this evening for Thursday Night Football from Poston Butte High School.
Big 3rd and 14 here, obviously for Mica Mountain. Captain Obvious reporting, James.
Big time 3rd down right here. Thorson now rolls out to his right, sets his feet, fires. It's incomplete. In coverage that time for Poston Butte. That was Rocco Espinosa, and Espinosa did a fantastic job there in great position and put his hand up just at the right time to bat that football down.
Yeah, great coverage by Espinosa on number 13, Jonah Garcia. He just went out in the flat, covered that wide receiver number 13, saw where the football was going, saw where Thorson was trying to go, trying to hit Garcia. Espinosa gets his hand in there, knocks that ball down, says, you guys are punting right now.
So now the Broncos will be the recipients of a punt from Mica Mountain. Santino Stopini kicks it away. Ball's dropped at the 45, but it's barely corralled there by Jakai Robertson, and Robertson avoiding disaster there for the Broncos.
Yeah, that was nearly disastrous. If Robertson would have lost that football and Mica Mountain recovered it, they would have had outstanding field position. But luckily for Poston Butte, Robertson did recover it.
9:52 remaining here in our first half. The Broncos will go back on offense, leading 8-0 now in Mica Mountain territory. First down and 10 Broncos now from the 44. 46 make it. They hand it off the thrower. He eludes a tackler at the line of scrimmage and gets about 2, maybe 3 yards on the play. Fantastic job there once again by thrower. He just runs for positive yardage. That's all this guy does for the Broncos.
Yep, and his offensive line creates that for him. Number 54, he was running right behind Ulysses Nachoa. I sure hope I didn't mess that young man's name up. Necochea. How would you pronounce it?
Ochoa.
Nachoa.
Second down now for the Broncos. They give it once again to thrower. He runs into traffic, eludes tacklers. This guy is slippery and somehow makes his way through the defense there for Mica Mountain. And Gavin Thrower just continues to impress here in this first half.
Cornerback Xavier Johnson was the first one to come up on Gavin Thrower. Could not make that tackle. He went head up with Thrower. Thrower just kind of pushed him off to the side and got those extra yards. So the power and the strength of Thrower on that play to move a human being the way he just did to get those yards, that's impressive.
Very impressive. That's why this guy has almost 600 yards in 2 games. You know, a couple of guys ripping off some big games last week as well, Ed.
Yeah.
The running back out there at Williamsfield almost ripped off 600 yards last week. 3rd and short now for the Broncos. He's going to keep it himself, and Larson rumbles his way out near the 25-yard line. Max Larson doing it with his legs there for the Poston Butte Broncos.
We mentioned the fact that he came into the game with 16 rushes, so he is not averse to running the football. Calling his own number on that play. As we'll check it on the replay right here. He gets the snap, sells a little play fake, and he calls it on his own. It's easy when you've got a running back there in the backfield that you have to key on if you're a defense, and you sell the play fake well enough, you can have those things happen to you.
Back to it now. Thrower just moving the pile once again now for the Broncos. And he continues to churn yardage and loses the football.
Oh, Mica Mountain got the ball back.
And Mica Mountain looks to be, we'll check on the field. Our AIA officiating crew says it is indeed Mica Mountain football. So the Thunderbolts get the turnover here. And how about that right there? What a turn of events. And now can Mica Mountain capitalize on that mistake, go down and score?
Boy, I'll tell you, the Thunderbolts needed that turnover desperately because the Broncos were coming. They were driving. They were running the football really well with Max Larson and Gavin Thrower. But, of course, they forced the turnover right there, forced Thrower to fumble the football right there, and they couldn't have got a turnover at a better time right now this early in the game.
Absolutely not. Mica Mountain now will go back to work. 8 minutes remaining in the half. From their own 13. Thorson goes far side with it. It's complete. And picking up a Mica Mountain first down. That was Devin Hayward. Hayward, 2 receptions, 28 yards, now adding to that total on the season. And the 5'10", 160-pound junior making it happen with the yak right there, Ed, yards after contact.
Yes, he did. Also, Ja'Kai Robertson, the other number 4 on the defense, went down for a little bit, but thankfully he got up. He's coming off on the sidelines. I'm sure the training staff are going to look at him and make sure he's good. Yeah, he took a little shot right there. He's on the sideline. He's good. He's getting some Gatorade, talking to the training staff.
First down and 10 now for the Thunderbolts. Thorson back to throw. He completes it on a quick crossing route. That is Devin Hayward, once again, the hot target now for Mica Mountain. And this side just continues to produce.
He does. I like the timing route that Thorson and number 4, Devin Hayward, have together. So Thorson just sits back there. He takes a couple steps back, finds number 4 open, makes that easy, high percentage completion.
Drops it right in there. does Jaden Thorson. These guys best friends playing football together since Pee-wee. They hand it off now going far side, and that time the Poston Butte defense doing a great job. Zach Brent getting the call that time for Mica Mountain, but Thunderbolts shut down quickly there by that Broncos defense.
They did. Number 44, Michael Collins, also number 51, Bobby Guyton, also in there on the tackle. So they ganged up to bring down Zach Brent.
3rd and 5 here for the Thunderbolts. Possession play now for Mica Mountain. 2-by-1 on the outside now for Thorson. Split backs in the backfield. He throws near side on a cross. It's complete. Out to the 36-yard line goes Jack Bradley, and a fantastic reception there for Bradley in traffic as well. You see him come across the formation right here in just a second.
That was a good catch, but also good to see number 4, Ja'Kai Robertson, back out there to make that tackle. There he is right there making that tackle. Good to see number 4 all for a play. He comes back in, and he makes an immediate contribution on defense.
Great sportsmanship there as well, provided by Poston Butte's Ja'Kai Robertson, as you mentioned there, Ed. We like to see that.
I love that. Help this guy, help the other opposition up.
Back to live action now. They go far side with it. They hand it off to Jonah Garcia, and somehow
there's that guy, Bobby Guyton again.
Guyton is in there again, wreaking havoc for Mica Mountain. They had nowhere to go with the football. That was just a scrum of the highest order, Ed.
It was. Number 51 has a way. He's got a knack. He knows how to get through those offensive lines and get to the running backs and get to the quarterbacks. He will find a way to get to Jonah Garcia right there and bring him down.
A loss on the play. Poston Butte racking up some TFLs here tonight for their defense. 2nd and 13 here for Mica Mountain. Just over 5 minutes to play. A crossing route. It's complete. Just inside the numbers on the reception for Mica Mountain. That was Devin Hayward. And Hayward just continuing to pick up nice chunks here for the Thunderbolts.
Talk about Thorson threading the needle. That's another phrase we use so often. He saw Hayward was in double coverage, but he found a way to throw a bullet to number 4 and make that completion. Great job by Thorson to find his wide receiver, make the completion.
Great form there from Thorson. You see him flip those hips, plant those feet in the ground, and fire that missile.
Yes, he did. He fired it all right.
3rd and 5 now upcoming here for the Thunderbolts from their own 42. They break the huddle once again. Thorson does with split backs, 2-by-1 on the outside. 4.5 minutes to play here in the half. Mica Mountain trying to get something going, get some points on the board. And penalty flags fly. That one assessed to Mica Mountain.
Delay of game.
Delay of game is the call, so that'll back them up a couple of yards. Four minutes and 21 seconds remaining here in the first half.
And that's a tough one, James. You lose 5 yards. You already had a play in mind, but you still get a delay of game off of a positive play you just had.
It's like that in football sometimes, isn't it?
Yes, it is. But as we know, every yard is crucial. You can't lose 5 like that.
Thorson under pressure. He goes to the air. He had a man. His intended target coming near side was Jonah Garcia, and providing outstanding coverage out there for Poston Butte was Ja'Kai Robertson. And Robertson has been impressive here tonight as well for this Broncos club.
Yes, he has. But Thorson just lofted that up, and it just stayed up in the air. We'll check the replay right here. It just stayed in this Santan Valley night air, and it just hung up there and hung up there and hung up there. And then it finally came down.
The balmy Santan night air, right?
Yes.
We're sandwiched here between the two press boxes. The punt is up. A flag is down on the field. It's fielded there by Robertson at the 35. He weaves his way through traffic, but unfortunately for Poston Butte, they're going to get a penalty in the backfield there, and that could possibly result in a first down here. We'll see what the laundry is. Officially, running into the kicker is the call. 3 minutes and 42 seconds remaining here in our first half. Running into the kicker will indeed mean a killer penalty for Poston Butte, and that'll give the Mica Mountain Thunderbolts a first down here and a golden opportunity, Ed, let's face it, with 3:42 remaining in the half to get some points on the board right here, because if they didn't get that penalty, they were going to have to punt that football away.
Yeah, killer is right, because that just absolutely kills Poston Butte's would-have-been drive right there. So you get it running into the kicker. That drive you would have had is gone now. And as you mentioned, Mica Mountain gets another chance. Great field position for them.
First down Thunderbolts now from the Poston Butte 48. Thorson play fake, swings it out into the flat. It's complete. And at the 45-yard line, hauling that one in for Mica Mountain. That was Devin Hayward, and a great job once again by Hayward getting open, and then after he pulls it in, making some other things happen and getting additional yardage.
Yeah, Thorson and Hayward are working well so far. So Thorson rolls out. He's looking at Hayward's way the entire time. He's looking for number 4, and he saw that number 4 was open. His other wide receiver brother was blocking for him, so he was able to make that completion from Thorson to Hayward, so Hayward was able to get more yards because his brother was blocking for him.
Back to it live we go. 2nd and 6. The Mica Mountain Thunderbolts plunging ahead for positive yardage. Broncos defensive line swarming to the football that time, and the big fellas up front doing a great job among those guys on that D-line up there for Poston Butte. Kevin Valenzuela, a sophomore, 5'11", 254, and he's a light there on the defensive line for the Broncos.
Yes,
Third down and short now here for Mica Mountain. He's going to call his own number to this Thorson, and it goes down right about at the original line of scrimmage. Bobby Guyton, among others, in there for Poston Butte.
Credit that Poston Butte defense for covering all of his wide receivers. That's why Thorson had to run the football, because he had no wide receivers open. So those defensive backs did their job forcing Thorson to run the football. As we're just under 2 minutes to go before the half. 4th and 4. Thorson back to pass. Tries to make the completion to number 32, Xavier Johnson, but it was a little bit too high for him, James, out there in the flat on the right side.
Thanks for filling in for me there, Ed. I wanted to get a name clarification. Bobby Guyton.
Guyton, that's what I thought it was.
Yes, I wanted to clarify that because whenever you think it's one way, it's actually the other way.
Of course.
That's always the way it goes.
I had a feeling it was Guyton. That's what I was saying the entire time as I was prepping. Guyton.
Oh, man.
We got it right, though, Bobby.
We did. We wanted to make sure and get that correct because, when you got one of those playmakers, Ed, you're going to say his name a lot here tonight, and we've said 51 a number of times here this evening.
And I think we'll say it a lot more tonight.
We will indeed. 1st and 10 now for the Broncos from their own 42. Minute 41 remaining here in the half. Play fake. He goes to the air. He's got a man into the breadbasket at the 30, 20, 10, 5, and into the end zone for the touchdown. How about that play right there? Connor Lopez for Poston Butte, and there was no stopping him on that one.
Max Larson saw the mismatch between Connor Lopez and the defensive back that was covering him. Checking the replay right here. Just a great throw. Just an easy loft in the air. Larson makes that completion, and Connor Lopez just gets that separation from the defensive back. An easy running touchdown for him. Of course, it's easy for us to say. It's harder for him to catch it and run it in. But
well, easy for us to say from the booth. You're
of
right,
course.
Exactly right.
But fantastic connection between Larson and Lopez on that long TD.
Unbelievable job. The PAT is up and good. Our score, the Poston Butte Broncos 15 and the Mica Mountain Thunderbolts 0. 1 minute and 32 seconds remaining here in our first half. Let's step aside, take a short timeout, and come right back for more Epic TNF 2022 right here on the Epic Sports Network. Stay with us.
Epic Wings, your wing spot since 1982, is now open in Glendale. Our Epic Wings and tenders are fresh, never frozen, and our breadsticks, sauces, and dips are made from scratch daily. It's that tradition of unwavering quality since 1982 that our customers have grown to love and why we have been named Best Wings time and time again. Come visit our newest location at 95th Avenue and Camelback in Glendale.
Epic Wings, proud supporter of Thursday Night Football on the Epic Sports Network. We welcome you back to Poston Butte High School here in the Santan Valley. The Broncos on top 15-0 inside a minute and a half remaining here in our first half. On the return, Devin Hayward that time for the Mica Mountain Thunderbolts. And Hayward's been impressive here in the first half, and so has this Broncos defense.
Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of talent out here on that, as you mentioned, on the Broncos defense. And then also Max Larson cooking up with Connor Lopez just a few minutes ago on that long touchdown pass to put them up 15.
That was magnificent.
Needless to say,
it's at the 30-yard line. I'm sorry, Ed.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, needless to say, Mica Mountain has to drive down here and get some points. Whether it's 3, they'd love to have a touchdown before half, but get something out of this.
You got to get something right here, indeed. Thorson fires on a crossing route. His intended target was Jonah Garcia, and Poston Butte covers it very well.
Ooh.
That's a big old, I don't know what that was right there, Ed.
I know I smacked it and got it out of my face.
I know he had big wings, though. I know that
I was
for sure.
Like, get away from me.
Almost as big as the wings over at Epic Wings in Glendale.
Well, there's nothing big.
That shameless plug.
There's nothing bigger than Epic Wings. The wings over there.
If you haven't tried the Epic fries, and don't forget, folks, if you use Epic Sports at checkout there when you order over at Epic Wings, you get a free Epic fry with your single meal. So you can't beat that, right?
No, you cannot.
All season long, as a matter of fact, for Thursday Night Football.
The wings at Epic Wings are epic.
They are indeed. Thorson now goes back to work on 2nd and 10. Rolls out to his right, and he is blasted in the backfield. Number 51 on the hunt there for Poston Butte, and that was the aforementioned Bobby Gaitan. How about that play? Unrelentless to the quarterback.
That's one adjustment that Coach Nugent is going to have to make at halftime. How are they going to be able to account for number 51? Because he has been in the backfield. He has been reckless. He's been all over the field tonight. Bobby Gaitan has been for this Broncos defense. So somehow at halftime, they've got to figure out a way for that offensive line to hold him in check. They haven't done it so far.
They have not. Unrelenting was the word I was looking for right there, Ed. Not unrelentless.
Oh, yeah.
I guess unrelentless is a word. Kind of a double negative, isn't it?
It is. But
timeout on the field called by the Mica Mountain Thunderbolts, so we'll step aside and take that timeout with him. We're watching Epic Sports Network's coverage of Thursday Night Football right here on the Epic Sports Network. Stay with us. We'll be right back to the Santan Valley in just a minute.
I love Sky Zone because it's the most fun.
I love Sky Zone because it is the greatest workout.
I can jump off the walls and fly with my friends. Most fun.
It gets my heart rate pumping. It tones all my muscles. You can burn 1,000 calories an hour.
Most fun.
Greatest workout.
Most fun. Greatest workout.
Most fun.
Greatest workout.
Jump into fun and fitness at Sky Zone, the original indoor trampoline park.
At Precision Air and Plumbing, we understand that we're all using our homes in ways we never have before. And we are dedicated to making sure that your air conditioning and plumbing are working at peak efficiency no matter what you're doing. When you make the precision decision, you can trust that we're going to hold ourselves to a higher standard and above all, operate with integrity. We're going to protect your comfort with the longest, most comprehensive warranties available, guaranteed. Give us a chance to earn your business. Visit us today at precisionairandplumbing.com.
We welcome you back to Poston Butte High School here in the Santan Valley on 3rd down and very long for Mica Mountain. They run the football. Connor Handgarner is the ball carrier that time. Short of the line to gain. The ball spotted now at the 28-yard line. So glad you joined us this evening here on the Epic Sports Network. Thursday Night Football coming your way. Timeout on the field now called by Poston Butte with 25 seconds remaining here in our first half. So let's go ahead and take the opportunity to run a commercial break here. We'll just keep it here right now. You see Poston Butte right there huddling it up on the near sideline. 15-0 here. with 25 seconds remaining here in our first half. We'll fix that for you right quick. Ed, what are your thoughts here briefly on this first half so far?
Oh, briefly? So far it's worked really well, offensively and defensively for Poston Butte. They've been strong tonight. Gavin Thrower's got a rushing touchdown, his 7th rushing touchdown. That put them up 8-0 with a 2-point conversion. And then Larson hooks up with Connor Lopez on a long touchdown pass just maybe 10 minutes ago. Put them up 15-0. So from an offensive standpoint, clearly they're doing their job, and their defense is pitching a shutout so far. So you've got to be happy if you're the Poston Butte Broncos and their fans.
Shout out to Miss Bertha Reynoso watching tonight from Yuma. Glad you're enjoying the broadcast. She's got Alex Reynoso on the field, number 89 now for the Poston Butte Broncos. The Thunderbolts now will punt it away here. Robertson corrals it somehow at the 40, brings it up across the Poston Butte logo and into Thunderbolts territory. A nice return there against some pretty sizable traffic there for Robertson.
Coach Thompson has to be pleased with what his defense has done so far, James, if for the Broncos. They're pitching, again, a shutout, and Mica Mountain can't get really anything going offensively. And if there's a way, you've got 13 seconds left, what do you do if you're Poston Butte right here? Do you toss it up? Do you just play for halftime? Do you just throw a Hail Mary and see if you can get anything done?
You know what? If I'm up 15-0, 13 seconds remaining, I might just go ahead and kneel it down, take it into the locker room here, not get anyone hurt on this play, and just kind of go ahead and be happy with what's gone on here so far tonight. What are your thoughts, Ed?
Yeah, you could do that. Just run an easy play or take it to the halftime.
He looks to throw. The pressure comes. And he goes down after about a 5, maybe 6-yard gain on the play. The clock stops with 4 seconds remaining.
Larson gets a low snap, so he had to account for that. Could have ended up a lot worse than what Larson was able to do because the snap was so low and he couldn't really handle it, couldn't field it perfectly.
Timeout on the field now. And I believe this one is, I want to say, called by Mica Mountain. We'll go ahead and fix this clock here for you right quick. Let's see, 4 seconds remaining.
Yep. 1st and 6 on the 42.
Again, a very quick first half here, less than an hour since we've kicked this one off, and we're about halfway done already. 15-0, Poston Butte on top of Mica Mountain. Don't forget, next week we'll be at Dobson High School out in Mesa. Military Appreciation Night. It'll be the Perry Pumas under the direction of Coach Joseph Ortiz in his first season. They went up to Las Vegas a couple weekends ago, Ed, and beat a very good Spring Valley team and had a great time up there. And now they're ready to compete next week against the Dobson Mustangs. Coach Gottsel and those Mustangs hosting us next week for Military Appreciation Night. That's going to be a great one.
And did you know tonight is Teacher Appreciation Night here at Poston Butte?
Okay, very nice.
Yes, it is.
Very nice. Teacher Appreciation Night. As a matter of fact, now that you say that, I remember seeing something about that this week. A lot of the players letting their favorite teachers, which I think is a great idea, go ahead and wear their jersey on, that football Friday or football Thursday in this case, right? Poston Butte goes back to work now. Gavin Thrower catching one across the middle there. And a nice gain on the play there. And we have reached halftime. Our score, the Mica Mountain Thunderbolts 0 and the Poston Butte Broncos coming in here with 15 points.
So far for the home team, James, mission accomplished. You put up 15 points, you get, as we see the guys go off there in the locker room, great shot. That's pretty cool. Good shot, James. The power of the iPhone, what you can do with iPhone technology is amazing.
It is absolutely amazing. And with NDI technology, folks, things are quite different now what you can do here in high school football. Pretty cool that we can bring it all to you. Let's go ahead and get those Mica Mountain Thunderbolts on here now as they exit the playing surface here at Poston Butte High School. It's been a great first half. 15-0, the Poston Butte Broncos on top of the Mica Mountain Thunderbolts. We had a chance to speak with a couple of these teams earlier this week. Let me go ahead and pull this up here just really quick, Ed, and we'll let this run, let folks enjoy the video.
Sure. As you're doing that, I'll give you kind of a scoring recap again. 15-0. Poston Butte is up. Gavin Thrower had a rushing touchdown in the second quarter. That put them up 6-0. They had a 2-point conversion, made that 8-0. And Max Larson threw a long touchdown pass to wide receiver Connor Lopez for a touchdown that put them up 15-0 with the extra point pending. And that's where we stand right now. Great job by the Poston Butte defense to pitch a shutout, doing what they can to shut down the offense of the Mica Mountain Thunderbolts. Jaden Thorson and all of his offense, they'll have to make the proper adjustments at halftime to come out here and get some points on the board. If you're Mica Mountain, if you want to be competitive in this game, Patrick Nugent, the head coach of Mica Mountain, is going to have to make those adjustments and figure out what he can do from an offensive standpoint to crack that defense and get some points on the board and get back in this game.
We talked with head coach Pat Nugent and wide receiver Devin Hayward yesterday from the Mica Mountain Thunderbolts. Let's take a listen to that. It's halftime here on the Epic Sports Network. The Broncos on top of the Thunderbolts by the score of 15-0.
We're visiting here with head coach Pat Nugent of the Mica Mountain Thunderbolts. Coach, thank you so much for taking the time out this afternoon. You guys are finally getting able to play a full season of varsity football. You went 3-3 last season. Talk about the offseason since we get to visit with you back in June and what you guys have been up to for the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, we're excited. The first real, we still only have 7 seniors on our team, but it's the first full season. Last year we kind of picked a few games up, but we're excited. We're still a young team. We got a lot of athletes. We had a tough loss last week to a very good, experienced Bradshaw Mountain team, and we know we'll have our hands full this week with Poston Butte. But one of the things we're trying to establish in our program a little bit is playing the elite team, try to get us better, try to get our future bright for the future, and make sure our kids know what it is to play a big-time football game.
Great visiting right there with head coach Pat Nugent of the Mica Mountain Thunderbolts. Also had the pleasure of visiting with wide receiver Devin Hayward. Here's my time with that young man yesterday afternoon.
Devin Hayward, junior wide receiver, joining us here. Devin, thank you so much for taking the time out. You had 2 touchdowns last season in only 6 games that you guys played. How do you plan on improving on that total? And talk a little bit about your connection with your quarterback there, Jaden Thorson.
Well, Jaden, he's my, I can call him my best friend off the football field. We hang out all the time. I've been playing with Jaden ever since Pee Wee football. We've grown up together, went to the same middle school and elementary school. So.
Devin Hayward, very productive here tonight so far for these Mica Mountain Thunderbolts, Ed, and it was great talking with him yesterday as well. Let's step aside, take a short time out, and come right back here for more halftime festivities on the Epic Sports Network's presentation of Thursday Night Football. Stay with us. We'll be back in 90 seconds.
We love our house. Been here for years.
Yeah, but there's an animal in the attic. At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
We save a lot.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Epic Wings, your wing spot since 1982, is now open in Glendale. Our Epic Wings and tenders are fresh, never frozen, and our breadsticks, sauces, and dips are made from scratch daily. It's that tradition of unwavering quality since 1982 that our customers have grown to love and why we have been named Best Wings time and time again. Come visit our newest location at 95th Avenue and Camelback in Glendale. Epic Wings, proud supporter of Thursday Night Football on the Epic Sports Network.
I'm Marty Smith, and I'm a host and reporter for ESPN. When this opportunity came my way to become a member of Pit Boss Nation, I just started laughing, honestly. I started laughing because I was like, first of all, it fits right in my wheelhouse, but second, it's another way to build community. So I'm ready to crank that thing up.
Whether you're looking to burn calories or are on the path to earning your black belt, there is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class that covers exactly what you're searching for. Kids, teens, and adults of all skill levels, ages, and walks of life have turned to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for decades. Contact Gracie Baja North Phoenix 480-887-8673 and sign up for your free trial class today.
Gracie Baja North Phoenix. Jiu-Jitsu for everyone.
We welcome you back to Poston Butte High School. It's halftime. Just over 9 minutes remaining here in our halftime period. The Poston Butte Broncos on top of the Mica Mountain Thunderbolts, 15-0. James Poovey coming to you live here alongside my broadcast partner, Mr. Ed Cole. And Ed, it's been an exciting first half, but it's pretty much been all Broncos to this point. But, you know, last week when we were out at Eastmark, a similar game, and last week we had a team rise up in those Eastmark Firebirds there in that second half, and it really was a tale of two halves out there at Eastmark High School last week.
It was, and that's why you never count out a football team, regardless of what the score is, wherever you are in a football game, especially at halftime. Eastmark was down 23 last week. They came back and won in overtime, and Mica Mountain can come back. They've got to remain competitive. The adjustments they have to make at halftime, Coach Nugent, his coaching staff, and the players, they're only down 15. It's not like they're down 50.
Two scores.
Yeah,
two scores.
You're down 2 scores. So Poston Butte gets the ball in the second half. So it will be imperative for Mica Mountain's defense to get a stop right there, because we figure Gavin Thrower is going to run the football again as well, and Max Larson's going to try to get the ball to his other wide receivers and try to make things happen offensively. So the defense has got to be opportunistic and force a turnover or force a punting situation, get their offense back on the field, and see what they can do. Jaden Thorson in his offense.
Mica Mountain was able to move the football a couple times down the field here on the Poston Butte Broncos. A couple of successful running plays. They had a couple times where they went to the air and got down into Broncos territory, but unfortunately the miscues cost them. So if they can clean some of that stuff up here, they should be able to claw their way back into this one here in the second half.
Absolutely, but again, their defense has to come out and start strong in the third quarter and force the issue, force possibly a turnover, force a 3-and-out, or whatever they have to do to kill a drive for Poston Butte, get their offense back on the field, and see if that offense can get a drive of their own, get into the end zone, and get a score.
We also got a chance to catch up with the Poston Butte Broncos yesterday as well. Let's take another quick timeout here, and we'll come back and take a listen to those interviews with Coach Dane Thompson and Kate Elisa, and also wide receiver as well for the Poston Butte Broncos, Connor Lopez. Stay with us here on the Epic Sports Network. Thursday Night Football coming your way. It's halftime. The Broncos 15 and the Thunderbolts 0.
Epic Wings, your wing spot since 1982, is now open in Glendale. Our Epic Wings and tenders are fresh, never frozen, and our breadsticks, sauces, and dips are made from scratch daily. It's that tradition of unwavering quality since 1982 that our customers have grown to love, and why we have been named Best Wings time and time again. Come visit our newest location at 95th Avenue and Camelback in Glendale. Epic Wings, proud supporter of Thursday Night Football on the Epic Sports Network.
Whether you're looking to burn calories or are on the path to earning your black belt, there is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class that covers exactly what you're searching for. Kids, teens, and adults of all skill levels, ages, and walks of life have turned to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for decades. Contact Gracie Baja North Phoenix 480-887-8673 and sign up for your free trial class today.
Gracie Baja North Phoenix. Jiu-Jitsu for everyone.
We welcome you back to Poston Butte High School. It's halftime here between the Broncos of Poston Butte and the Mica Mountain Thunderbolts. We had a chance to visit with Coach Dane Thompson yesterday. Let's take a listen to some of that interview right now during our halftime. Stay with us here on the Epic Sports Network. More Thursday Night Football coming your way.
So we had a great offseason. This is a great group of seniors we got. This is one of our biggest senior classes that we've ever had. So we're really excited about them. Sorry about that. But going into the season, our spring and camp over the summer and things like that were really productive. We're looking forward to this season after a really good season last year. I think there's some high expectations with this group of seniors that we have coming back, and as well as some of the underclassmen that were big role players for us last year. The first 2 games that we've had so far, we played up a level with Higley to open up. And had a pretty good first game, came up a little bit short. And then last week we had another game where we had lightning delays and things like that. And it was pretty much a torrential downpour the entire game. So it was a little bit different kind of atmosphere than we probably had anticipated. But so it was kind of sloppy, wet football is, it's kind of mountain football. So it was kind of a cool vibe to have that, like rain, ugly weather, sloppy, slipping and sliding all over the place, and we found a way to be pretty productive last night and get a win, or last week and get a win.
Welcome back to halftime here at Poston Butte High School. It was great visiting with those guys yesterday, Ed. Connor Lopez effective here tonight for these Poston Butte Broncos, and also Big K to Lisa really moving the pile here in this wing T/veer offense.
Yes, you need your offensive line to work well if you want to be able to get scores like Max Larson throwing a touchdown to the aforementioned Connor Lopez. So the offensive line is playing really well for Poston Butte. The quarterback is seeing where he wants to go with the football clearly as he throws the ball to Lopez and he gets a touchdown. He hands the ball off to his bell cow, Gavin Thrower, for a rushing touchdown, his 7th of the football season. So their offense is playing really well. Offensive line is great. Got a really solid running back. He's got a core of wide receivers he can throw the football to, and you've got a smart quarterback that very rarely makes mistakes.
There you see the tunnel where those Poston Butte Broncos will be coming out here in just a minute. And we're about ready for our second half of action. So glad you joined us here this evening on the Epic Sports Network. Special thanks as well to my color analyst tonight, Mr. Ed Cole, and our videographer or cinematographer, as you said, Ed, Alexis Weissar, joining us out here tonight in the Santan Valley. And the weather has cooled off quite nicely, I would say here. Temperature probably in the high 80s at this point, but the humidity is gone at least for the next couple of days, and it's pretty pleasant outside.
It feels really good out here. This is why we live in Arizona, for this type of year, not the 3 or 4 months that precede where we are right now.
Nope.
We don't come out here for that.
No, we don't.
We don't live here for that. We live for falls, winters, and springs.
And before summer starts every year, I catch myself saying, why am I still here? Why am I doing this? Am I doing this for another summer? And then all of a sudden we get through it, and it's football season again, Ed, right?
Yes.
But we're lucky enough to have football in the spring with those Northern Arizona Wranglers up there in
You mean the
Preston Valley.
IFL national champion?
The IFL national champion,
Northern Arizona Wranglers,
That feels
yes.
good to say still, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
It really does.
I cannot wait. Oh, and by the way, season tickets went on sale today.
That's right.
For our Wranglers.
And free agency also opening up today in the Indoor Football League as well. So a lot of transactions. Stay tuned. I bet you there'll be a lot of stuff happening tomorrow as well.
You better believe
in
it.
the IFL. So.
You know, the cool thing about Teacher Appreciation Night is in the end zone that they have the couches out there and everything for the teachers out there in the north end zone. That is really cool how they honor their teachers here at Poston Butte High School.
I love it. It's all about the teachers and what they do for these student athletes. And, you know, they do a lot for these guys and gals.
Oh, yeah.
And make sure that they are ready to go. Here we go. Let's get down there to the AIA officiating crew making their way out here onto the playing surface once again. Paul Hoffman, head linesman Craig Kuzy, line judge Jeff Whipple, our umpire Greg Dandy, back judge Austin Curtis, our side judge this evening Barrett Furman, and our field judge is Nick David. So those guys right there trotting back out onto the field. And we're slowly getting ready for our second half of action here from Poston Butte High School in the Santan Valley. Once again, it's been nothing but outstanding hospitality here, and we especially thank the athletic director for having us here tonight once again.
Absolutely. 2 years in a row out here. Just they treat us like kings and queen.
And queen,
of course.
Yes, that's right.
So we love it out here. 1 minute left, and then we'll do 3 more minutes before we kick this game off. But again, for Mica Mountain, they've got to be able to come out here and establish themselves defensively, because Poston Butte has done what they wanted to do on offense, clearly with a 15-0 lead, and they've done what they wanted to do on defense. So Mica Mountain has got to come out and just play a more inspired brand of football, play more aggressive, play more opportunistic, and try to make things happen if they want to get back in this football game. There's plenty of time left, James. There's 2 quarters. There's 24 minutes of football at least left in this game for them.
Plenty of time left here.
Plenty.
And here come the Poston Butte Broncos out of the tunnel right now. Like you said, about 20 seconds remaining here on the clock, and then they'll reset it. They'll have 3-minute warm-up period, and we'll step aside and take a quick commercial timeout. And then we'll come back here for half number 2 right here on the Epic Sports Network on YouTube. Make sure and stay with us, folks. We'll be back here at Poston Butte High School for half number 2. Right after this, you're watching Epic Thursday Night Football right here on YouTube.
We love our house. Been here for years.
Yeah, but there's an animal in the attic. At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
We save a lot.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Epic Wings, your wing spot since 1982, is now open in Glendale. Our Epic Wings and tenders are fresh, never frozen, and our breadsticks, sauces, and dips are made from scratch daily. It's that tradition of unwavering quality since 1982 that our customers have grown to love and why we have been named Best Wings time and time again. Come visit our newest location at 95th Avenue and Camelback in Glendale. Epic Wings, proud supporter of Thursday Night Football on the Epic Sports Network.
I'm Marty Smith, and I'm a host and reporter for ESPN. When this opportunity came my way to become a member of Pit Boss Nation, I just started laughing, honestly. I started laughing because I was like, first of all, it fits right in my wheelhouse, but second, it's another way to build community. So I'm ready to crank that thing up.
Welcome back to Poston Butte High School. A minute and a half remaining here in the halftime period. The Broncos on top 15-0. So glad you joined us here this evening on the Epic Sports Network. Thursday Night Football is coming your way, and we are so excited to be bringing it to you. Don't forget, next week we'll be out at Dobson High School Military Appreciation Night. It'll be the Dobson Mustangs and the Perry Pumas. That's going to be an exciting one. I'm excited to see what Coach Ortiz has there with those Perry Pumas because they got a lot of talented athletes out there in Gilbert.
Yes, they do. Both teams have talented football bases on offense and defense all up and down their program. So it'll be fun to see two more quality programs square up in Mesa next Thursday night.
That's going to be a great one. We'll be on the air right here on the Epic Sports Network at 6:45 p.m. for our pregame show. And that's going to be a great one.
Oh, and also, folks, stay tuned. We've got our Epic Wings Player of the Game. We've got to vote on that. James and I will confer. Miss Alexis and all three of us will confer and figure out who the Epic Wings Player of the Game will be, and we'll get that young man some swag.
Yes, we will. We got a little bit of swag. We're going to get him up here as well in the booth. We'll squeeze all of us in here somehow like we always do, Ed, and talk to him after the game, turn the light up maybe a little bit. But that'll be fun. We're looking forward to that, and we'll have to round up that guy. We got a couple early candidates here. At least that I'm thinking about, but we won't talk about those goals quite yet. We'll wait maybe till third or fourth quarter gets started here before we start that.
Yeah, I've got 2 or 3 or 4 different players right now in mind as well.
I bet you do.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And that was a cleanly played first half too, James.
It was. It was quick. It was quick because there was a lot of running going on, and it was also quick as well, Ed, as you mentioned, because the officials were not a factor in that first half. A very cleanly officiated game and cleanly played as well, and great demonstration of sportsmanship as well there in that first half.
I do love to see players on opposing sides help each other up. I do love the sportsmanship aspect of it, that they care. Even though it's competition, you know, you're out for blood. You're out to take the opposition out. But when it comes down to it, you're all brothers. You're all a fraternity of football players.
That's exactly right. Back deep to receive now for Poston Butte. That's big number 10. He's got it at the 12. And he makes his way across the 25-yard line.
Yeah, that's big number 10, Connor Lopez.
Connor Lopez. And you look at Lopez, 6'5", 217 pounds, Ed. I mean, come on. Funny story here. When I was talking with Coach Thompson yesterday after we got officially off the recording, he said, hey, my right shoulder's worn out because I had to get the camera out so far so I can get these big honkers in here.
Yeah, when I was looking at it, I got it on Max Preps. I printed out the roster. I was like, wait a minute, is that a misprint? 6'5", 217?
Oh, my goodness.
My goodness. I was like, I got to see this Connor Lopez kid, and he is every bit of 6'5".
Plays behind the pads and knows how to really use those soft hands out there in the open.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Broncos now going to work here on 1st down and 10. Larson's going to keep it himself, and the defense closing in very nicely there for the Mica Mountain Thunderbolts. And that was Alfredo Martinez on the stop right there for Mica. Great job there.
It was. So Larson faked the handoff to Gavin Thrower and called his own number. He called number 7. And as you mentioned, Alfredo Martinez was in there, the defensive end. Just knifed right up there through the middle, popped right through the middle and made that tackle.
Back to live action now. Play fake, they go far side with it. And with room to run, the ball's loose. It comes out on the far sideline, but I believe it trickles out of bounds somehow over there on the far side. And wow, what a play that was right there. Let's take one more look at it right here.
Yeah, Mica Mountain had a chance to recover that. Larson connects with Connor Lopez on that left side. Lopez goes down the field. The ball got popped out, but luckily for Poston Butte, as you mentioned, the ball just kind of bumbled and just went over into the sideline, and they lived to play another play.
First down and 10 now for the Broncos. They go straight up the A-gap. This is Gavin Thrower, and Thrower just moving the pile there for the Broncos. He is impressive, but more impressive than Gavin Thrower is this big offensive line.
Yeah, that offensive line that Thrower has, you combine that with his running ability, and that's why they are so strong and they're so deadly from a running game aspect, because those 5 guys up front do what they need to do, and Thrower is able to follow those guys. He's patient with his running attack, and he finds those holes and those lanes wherever he can get through, wherever his offensive line opens a hole for him, he gets right through there and gets those yards.
Thrower once again now plunging his way near the first down marker. And he stopped short on that play by Mica Mountain's number 42, Jacob Flores. Flores with 9 tackles, 2.5 sacks on the season. And that's pretty good right there for the 6-foot senior.
Yes, it is. Those are good numbers so far. 3 games into the season? Yes, it is.
Timeout on the field. Actually, we have a penalty flag on the play. Early indication is a false start. It is indeed a false start assessed to Poston Butte. That'll back them up 5 yards. 3rd and 6 now upcoming here for the Broncos. Possession play right here, for Poston Butte. 10:03 remaining here in our 3rd quarter.
It's a big play here for that Thunderbolt defense. They've got to get a stop here on 3rd and 6, force that punting situation that we talked about before the half.
He rolls out to his right, fires, it's complete. Into double coverage, hauling that ball in some heavy traffic. And that was big Ryan Cecil. Correction, 89, Alejandro Reynoso on the reception there for Poston Butte. And let's take one more peek at it right here.
I'm sure Mrs. Reynoso was happy to see her son.
You know it.
Make a catch right there, number 89.
Once again, they come near side with it. This is Larson off to the races. He's got room to run. And Larson finally brought down just short of the goal line, but not before he picks up a huge chunk of yardage there for Poston Butte. And Larson just about off to the races there for the Broncos.
What a heady play by Max Larson on 4th and 4 to call his own number and just run it and continue to be aggressive. You see how strong he's running right there, just bouncing off tacklers and guys that are coming after him. Just the strength of Larson to continue to churn his legs and go upfield as he's looking toward that end zone. That's all he has his mind set on, to get as close to that end zone, if not in it.
In there is the ultimate goal, right?
Right. What a great piece of running by number 7.
Fantastic job. 8.5 minutes remaining here in the 3rd. Larson goes under center. He hands it off and into the end zone for the touchdown. That is Aiden Contreras, and Contreras with some nice carries in the first part of the ballgame tonight, and now finally he punches his way into the end zone for 6.
There you see, again, the strength of this Broncos offense to be able to run the football, aided by that offensive line, that strong offensive line that just makes things happen for Larson and Thrower and Contreras to run the football with great efficiency, as they've done tonight, putting them up 21, potentially 22 right here.
On for the PAT now. It's blocked. And the conversion attempt is no good. So the Broncos lead now 21-0 here. 8 minutes and 23 seconds remaining here in our third quarter. We'll step aside, take a short timeout, and come right back here for more Thursday Night Football right here on the Epic Sports Network.
Epic Wings, your wing spot since 1982, is now open in Glendale. Our Epic Wings and tenders are fresh, never frozen, and our breadsticks, sauces, and dips are made from scratch daily. It's that tradition of unwavering quality since 1982 that our customers have grown to love and why we have been named Best Wings time and time again. Come visit our newest location at 95th Avenue and Camelback in Glendale. Epic Wings, proud supporter of Thursday Night Football on the Epic Sports Network.
We welcome you back to Poston Butte High School. 21-0, the Broncos shutting out the Mica Mountain Thunderbolts right now. 8:23 remaining here in our third quarter. Ball fielded near the goal line. Devin Hayward now on the return for Mica Mountain, and he's finally brought out of bounds on the near side after a sizable return and great starting field position right here for the Mica Mountain Thunderbolts.
Yeah, great run back by Hayward, something they really needed. Great run, setting them up close to the 40-yard line. Where'd they spot the ball? They're going to spot it right now. Yeah, that was a fantastic run back by Hayward.
They're going to sit that thing right at the 42-yard line, it looks like right there, Ed.
James, we've got a injured Thunderbolt down. I'm trying to see what his number is.
So with an injury timeout, we'll step aside and take that timeout with him. You are watching Thursday Night Football right here on the Epic Sports Network. Stay with us. More to come your way in just a minute.
I love Sky Zone because it's the most fun.
I love Sky Zone because it is the greatest workout.
I can jump off the walls and fly with my friends. Most fun.
It gets my heart rate pumping. It tones all of my muscles. You can burn 1,000 calories an hour.
Most fun.
Greatest workout.
Most fun. Greatest workout.
Most fun.
Greatest workout.
Jump into fun and fitness at Sky Zone, the original indoor trampoline park.
At Precision Air and Plumbing, we understand that we're all using our homes in ways we never have before. And we are dedicated to making sure that your air conditioning and plumbing are working at peak efficiency no matter what you're doing. When you make the precision decision, you can trust that we're going to hold ourselves to a higher standard and above all, operate with integrity. We're going to protect your comfort with the longest, most comprehensive warranties available, guaranteed. Give us a chance to earn your business. Visit us today at precisionairandplumbing.com.
Welcome back to Poston Butte High School here in the Santan Valley. The injured player was number 10, Octavio Vidrio Jr. So prayers out to that young man. Hopefully he makes a speedy recovery and hopefully able to return to action here tonight. Mica Mountain now goes back to work on 1st and 10. They pitch it out the right-hand side with room to run and speed all the way to the edge. That is Connor Handgarner, and how about that right there, Ed? He was off to the races right there, was Handgarner. My goodness.
That was a solid piece of running by Thorson. Hands it off to Handgarner. He just pitches it to him. He just takes it right off the right side. Just his speed right there. You see him right there. It gets around the right guard and the right tackle. They do the blocking, and he gets to the outside, and he uses his speed and ability to get out there and get those yards. Gives them a first down on the 48.
Mica Mountain goes back to work. 1st down and 10 now. The handoff once again, Handgarner with a little bit of room to run, and he has stood up there as he crosses the original line of scrimmage. And how about the hard hitting in there in the middle of the field? You love to see that right there.
Yeah, hard hitting, but Handgarner at 5'6", he's so small and low to the ground. Check the replay right here. Just gets the handoff by Thorson and just gets the necessary yards he needs to get right there before the defense brings him down. Great running by the diminutive, the little guy, the 5'6", 160-pounder.
Diminutive, I love that word. Fantastic. 2nd and 7 now upcoming here for the Thunderbolts. Just over 7 minutes to play here in the third. They hand it off, and with a big-time head of steam coming in there for that Poston Butte Broncos defense, that is none other than Rocco Espinosa. And Espinosa hard charging there to the football on that one.
Yes, and I love that name, Rocco. It just so fits an inside linebacker that Rocco is able to get through there and bring down number 7, Handgarner again. And he gets up and he celebrates a little bit because he knows he made a great play right there.
You wonder if Rocco's ever been to Primonte Brothers Sandwiches up there in Pittsburgh, don't you?
Yeah. I want to hit that place if I ever go back to Pittsburgh.
I do, too. I've never been there, but
I've heard it's awesome.
I've heard it's a pretty cool city. Shotgun snap, except for the Steelers part. He fires. It's nearly complete. His target was Devin Hayward, but it falls incomplete after the pitch and catch attempt there from Jaden Thorson to Hayward.
And that was great coverage by Tarate Kisto, the defensive back. He's a junior, 5'11", 153-pounder, just right there, and just plays the ball well, forces that incompletion. Great job by number 33.
4th down and 7, we'll call it here for Mica Mountain. They will no doubt, I would think, Ed, punt it away here, or are you going to go for it here if you're Coach Nugent?
I think they're going for it. Thorson's still out there. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They're down 21. You've got to do something here offensively.
6:21 remaining in the 3rd. He's under pressure, and he's going to go down in a heap. How about the attack on from Poston Butte's number 54, Bobby Gaitan, and Gaitan just continues to add to his totals.
51.
Number 51, excuse me. One more look at the play right here.
I'm telling you, Gaitan is bucking for that Player of the Game award right now. He is all over the field, James.
There he is. You see big 51 in there wreaking havoc right now for the Mica Mountain Thunderbolts.
But Mica Mountain had to roll the dice on there. It was 4th and 7. You're down 21. You had to go for it right there. But credit Poston Butte, credit number 51, Bobby Gaitan, who's been a killer tonight against these Thunderbolts.
He absolutely has. 1st down and 10 now for the Broncos after the turnover on downs. They hand it off to Gavin Thrower, and he does nothing but pick up additional yardage now for Poston Butte. Thrower just continuing to add to his total. 392 yards when we arrived at the stadium here tonight. He's got to be, you would think, over 450, maybe close to the 500 mark by now.
Oh, yeah, he's got to be close to 500. And, of course, he's added his 7th rushing touchdown of the season in 3 games.
Not too shabby, young man.
Not at all. That's
well done.
Great start to the season for number 24.
Second and 4 here upcoming for Poston Butte. 5:10 and counting here in the 3rd. They bring a man in motion across the formation, give it to him on a jet sweep. He cuts it upfield, room to run, and he is blasted there after a nice gain getting up to the 2nd level. That was Aiden Contreras, and a nice bit of running once again there from Contreras.
Just speed in this backfield for Poston Butte. Whether it's from Thrower, whether it's from, if they hand the ball off to Lopez, we've seen them hand a few times off to him. Aiden Contreras, they handed it off to him a couple times. You saw the speed right there as Max Larson hands it off to him. He runs off the left side and uses that speed to just get upfield and get those yards and gets them a 1st down. They are at the 29-yard line.
1st down and 10. Broncos now, they're on the march here. Play fake. Larson's going to keep it himself. He's going to run out the right-hand side and into the end zone for the touchdown. Goes the quarterback, Max Larson. And this guy can hurt you with the legs as well, Ed. What a magnificent run, but we have a penalty flag on the field.
Oh, let's see.
Oh, man.
It could be holding. I don't know. What is it? What's the call? Whatever it is, it's coming back.
We'll wait for the official word here from our AIA officiating crew. Personal foul, helmet-to-helmet contact is declined. A holding call against Poston Butte is assessed. So, unfortunate turn of events there on a magnificent run from quarterback Max Larson.
So I guess now you see why Larson was so wide open, right? If that was the holding call on either the right guard or the right tackle, that's what it was.
Let's take another look at it right here, Ed.
There's just a sea of humanity.
Right there, you saw the little hook job right there on the
Yep.
very end of that line of scrimmage.
Yep. That's what freed up Larson to get that touchdown run.
So they'll go back to work now behind the sticks here for the Broncos. He drops back to pass as Larson fires. He's got a man elevating and hauling it in.
That's Lopez again, JP.
Connor Lopez on the reception once again for the Broncos of Poston Butte. And a beautifully played football right there from Larson.
And we'll see Lopez use that 6'5" frame right here. As Larson looks at him, he looks left side, he just skies up there. Nobody there, but he still had to jump up. But 6'5". He's got that vertical. He jumped up there and caught that football. Great throw and catch. Lopez makes it look so easy, doesn't he? When he's out there, he just jumps up in the air and catches the football.
He really does.
It's a work of art.
Almost look effortless.
It is a work of art to see these kids, yes. So impressive.
3:43 remaining here in the third. Here goes Larson now off the right-hand side. The ball is ripped out. And looks like the Mica Mountain Thunderbolts have recovered the football. What a great job there on defense for Mica Mountain. That was Jason Criswell, the 5'9" sophomore. And let's take another look at the play right here. Grip it and rip it. That's exactly what he's coached to do.
Yep, and looking through these binoculars, that's what I saw. Number 51 just get on Max Larson. He just ripped that ball out. He's like, I see an opportunity where I can get that football. I can get my paw in there and rip that football out, and that's exactly what Criswell did. Fantastic job. As you mentioned, that's what his coaches teach him to do. When that quarterback or whoever is getting that football, get your hand in there and rip that football out, because more often than not, you can really make plays happen if they don't really secure the football well.
That's exactly right, because sometimes that's the last thing on your mind, and physics always wins, Ed, in the game of football. If you got a whole guy coming your way and his whole body weight is pulling on that football, it's almost impossible for you to hold that thing with one arm.
Yep, because
you don't have it secured properly.
You're right, because all that force is coming from the other guy, and how can you do that as a human being, hold off that kind of pressure?
How can you not love all of what we just said right there?
Yeah.
Honestly,
you're talking about physics and just how you can rip footballs out of guys, and just
I love it.
Just what young human beings can do. These kids,
too much fun. Isn't it? Let's step aside, take a short timeout here. Timeout on the field. 3:27 remaining here in the third. We'll step aside and come right back for more Thursday Night Football here on the Epic Sports Network. Don't you go changing.
I love Sky Zone because it's the most fun.
I love Sky Zone because it is the greatest workout.
I can jump off the walls and fly with my friends. Most fun.
It gets my heart rate pumping. It tones all my muscles. You can burn 1,000 calories an hour.
Most fun.
Greatest workout.
Most fun. Greatest workout.
Most fun.
Greatest workout.
Jump into fun and fitness at Sky Zone, the original indoor trampoline park.
At Precision Air and Plumbing, we understand that we're all using our homes in ways we never have before. And we are dedicated to making sure that your air conditioning and plumbing are working at peak efficiency.
We welcome you back to live action here. 3:27 remaining here in the third. The Mica Mountain Thunderbolts trying to get something going offensively. That is Connor Handgarner plunging his way forward there for about a gain of 2. 2nd and 8 now upcoming here for Mica Mountain.
Fantastic job by that Mica Mountain defense forcing the turnover, but now they've got the turnover. What can their offense do to get something in return? Your defense got you the football. What can the offense do? You've got to drive it down here and get it in the end zone. You're down 21. You've got to get something on the scoreboard.
Thorson fires. It's complete over the middle. Good for a first down and then some. On the reception, Jonah Garcia, and a great job there by Garcia hauling that football in a lot of traffic.
It was. As we see, the bodies are still kind of piled up there.
They are still unpiling that.
I know, that's crazy. We'll check the replay. See Garcia's right there. How many dark blue jerseys are around there? Just trying to get the football out.
Defense is swarming the football. They finally unpile it, and it'll be spotted at the 31-yard line. First down and 10 now for Mica Mountain.
Garcia wisely holds on to that football. He cradles that thing like it was the last thing he'd ever hold on earth.
Yes. You almost have to sometimes. First and 10 now for Thorson and the Thunderbolts. Running through the defense there and picking up a nice chunk once again is Connor Handgarner. And Handgarner just continues to churn those legs and move forward.
I love the energy by Handgarner, as you mentioned, continuing to fight for yards. Check the replay right here. We just see the little guy, number 7. He's in there somewhere. There he goes. He continues the fight even though he knows there's a forest of redwood trees in front of him. He's trying to get through. He's really trying to navigate his way through there. Get through that obstacle course, number 7.
There is not a lot of popping and stopping out here tonight with these guys, I tell you what. 2nd and 6. Thorson surveys, goes to the air. He's got a man. It's incomplete. His intended target.
Number 15, that's Jack Bradley.
Jack Bradley.
Fantastic coverage there by number 35, the cornerback Amari Thomas.
Thomas was right place, right time.
Yes, he was.
There for the Broncos.
That's the proper way. If you're a cornerback or a safety, that's the way you play a football. You play play against the wide receiver. You turn around and you play the football. You just can't play with the wide receiver and not turn your back to the football and make a play. 9 times out of 10, they'll call PI on that.
They will every time, and that wide receiver, if he's good, will know exactly how to use that to his advantage. Thorson now on 3rd down. He fires far side. It falls incomplete.
He was trying to hit Jack Bradley again, just too wide. Too wide of a throw by Thorson.
The intended target on the far side. 4th down now upcoming here for Mica Mountain, and unfortunately, they just can't seem to get this offense clicking, Ed.
No. As Santino Stepani comes out to kick the football away, but another golden opportunity wasted if you're the Thunderbolts.
It was indeed. Back deep to receive now for Poston Butte, Ja'Kai Robertson. Stepani will punt it away here for the Thunderbolts. 1:28 remaining here in the 3rd. 21-0 Poston Butte. Don't forget to stay with us following the conclusion of tonight's ball game. We'll present the Epic Wings Player of the Game. A low snap. It's blocked. And it's a loose football. Get away from it, says everyone on Poston Butte. And the Mica Mountain Thunderbolts recover the football. And they say it's Poston Butte football.
Yeah, Noah Dickerson recovered it from Mica Mountain, but they're saying it is Poston Butte football.
And, of course, that's the one time I did not hit the replay cue right there, so we can't go back and take a look at it. The referees will confer at the football and talk this one over here. An official's timeout. They say it is Poston Butte football at the 42-yard line of Mica Mountain. Much to the chagrin of the Thunderbolts fans, at least a couple of them over here on the Poston Butte side. Broncos go back to work now, leading 21-0. 1:17 remaining here in our 3rd. So glad you joined us here tonight on the Epic Sports Network. Thursday night football coming your way here from the Santan Valley. Timeout on the field called by Mica Mountain. So we'll step aside and take that timeout with them. You are watching Thursday night football right here on the Epic Sports Network. Come on back.
Whether you're looking to burn calories or are on the path to earning your black belt, there is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class that covers exactly what you're searching for. Kids, teens, and adults of all skill levels, ages, and walks of life have turned to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for decades. Contact Gracie Baja North Phoenix 480-887-8673 and sign up for your free trial class today.
Gracie Baja North Phoenix. Jiu-Jitsu for everyone.
They said it's Poston Butte's ball.
We welcome you back to Poston Butte High School here in the Santan Valley. 1:17 remaining in our 3rd quarter. The officials confer on the last play and say that it was not touched by Poston Butte. So, indeed, it is Poston Butte football at the Mica Mountain 42-yard line. Gavin Thrower and the boys will go back to work now, leading 21-0 here over the Baby Blue Thunderbolts from Pima County. Max Larson goes to the air. He's got a receiver. It falls incomplete. His intended target was none other than Connor Lopez, and if he was able to complete that one, Lopez was off to the races and probably still running through the parking lot.
Oh, yeah, that would have been an easy touchdown for Lopez. We'll check this replay right here. As Larson gets the snap, he throws it just a little bit too far for Connor Lopez to bring in.
Play action, nice play action pass. The right idea was on right there. Unfortunately, not able to execute on that first down play. So 2nd and 10 upcoming here for the Broncos. They hand it off. Aiden Contreras on the call that time for the Broncos. And Contreras picking up about 6, maybe 7 yards on the play. Under a minute to play here in the third quarter. One more look at the run right there from Contreras. Third and 5 upcoming here now for the Broncos. Larson from the shotgun. He's going to keep it himself. He's going to run it, weave his way behind a couple of blockers. And Max Larson just weaving his way through traffic. Very impressive here for the Broncos tonight. Hurting them with the arm, and then right there hurting them with the leg.
And you can just see Larson get stronger as this game is going on. He's calling his own number. He's got his own designed quarterback running plays right here. And he knows how to tuck and run with the football and secure the football as he gets those yards, and he gets them that much closer toward the end zone as we head toward the fourth quarter.
And that is indeed the end of our third quarter. Our score, the Mica Mountain Thunderbolts 0 and the Poston Butte Broncos 21. We'll step aside, take a short timeout, and come right back here for our fourth and final quarter from the Santan Valley. Stay with us here on the Epic Sports Network. More Thursday Night Football coming your way next.
No matter what you're doing, when you make the precision decision, you can trust.
I love Sky Zone because it's the most fun.
I love Sky Zone because it is the greatest workout.
I can jump off the walls and fly with my friends. Most fun.
It gets my heart rate pumping. It tones all of my muscles. You can burn 1,000 calories an hour.
Most fun.
Greatest workout.
Most fun. Greatest workout.
Most fun.
Greatest workout.
Jump into fun and fitness at Sky Zone, the original indoor trampoline park.
Welcome back to Poston Butte High School here in the far Santan East Valley. Our score, the Broncos all over the Thunderbolts, 21-0. James Poovey coming to you live here alongside my partner, Mr. Ed Cole, and our videographer this evening, Alexis Weissar, joining us, doing a great job bringing you the pictures here from Poston Butte High School. Ed, Mica Mountain's got 12 minutes to get something going here offensively, or it's going to be a long trip home back down to Tucson.
Yeah, it'll be a long trip down to Tucson if they cannot, as you mentioned, get some points on the board and force the issue. But you got to give Poston Butte credit. Offensively, Gavin Thrower's done it. The quarterback, Max Larson's done it. Connor Lopez has done it. Aiden Contreras has done it. So it's come from a lot of different directions if you're talking offensively for Poston Butte. And what more can you say about this defense? Again, pitching a shutout through 3 quarters.
And you got to talk about it again one more time. They played a very tough Higley Knights team to start the season, did Coach Thompson, and this Broncos team only losing by 7 in a very close game. They go back to work now on 1st down and 10, and penalty flags fly. Dead ball foul offsides assessed to Mica Mountain. And that'll give them a couple more free yards there for the Broncos.
As if you want to give Poston Butte more yards, get them even closer to the end zone, James.
Yeah, you usually don't want to do that, especially with this high-powered offense right here. Larson now works from the shotgun on 1st and 5. He's going to hand it off to Gavin Thrower, and Gavin Thrower is going to plunge his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Thrower adding to his year-long touchdown total right there, and
8th.
The offensive line just paving the way for his 8th touchdown of the season.
8th touchdown in 3 games.
Not even 3 full games yet, Ed.
That is not.
We're just in the quarter number 4.
I'm telling you, that's not too shabby for Gavin Thrower to come up with 8 rushing touchdowns in 3 games to start off.
The Broncos have played 5 seconds here in quarter number 4 and added 6 more to the total. 27-0 here. Broncos with the PAT pending. It's up and true. Actually, it's no good. They say it's no good. It goes wide left. And so with 11:55 remaining here in regulation, the Poston Butte Broncos now on top 27-0 here over the Thunderbolts of Mica Mountain.
I'll tell you what, if Poston Butte continues to play like this all season long, James, and they stay healthy, if this defense can play as well as they played tonight, and this offense continue to be consistent as they are with their offensive line play and this running attack, and Max Larson playing smart football as they are, it's going to be a good football team.
It will, indeed. They go on the road, Ed, next week at Coconino to battle the Panthers up there in Flagstaff. And then they have a bye the next week, and then they return to the Phoenix area and face the St. Mary's Knights, who they played here on this very field last year for Thursday Night Football right here on the Epic Sports Network.
They sure did. I remember that night.
The Thunderbolts will receive now. A little worm burner fielded there at the 15-yard line. That's Devin Hayward on the return for Mica Mountain, and a nice job carrying it out the far side there for Hayward, and a pretty good chunk of yardage there. They'll start in good field position here at the 40. One more look at the return here for Hayward.
And I like the way that Lucas Potter, the kicker, actually was the one that came up and got Hayward to make the tackle. Love the way the number 42 followed it up and just got right to Hayward and brought him down.
No fear right there from the kicker. You love to see it.
No, sir. So 11:47 left in the fourth quarter. All Mica Mountain can do is just continue to grind it out. Just continue to run plays. Even though you're down 27, continue to run your offense.
They hand it off. They go up the middle, and a nice chunk of yards right there, picking up about 6 yards on the play. That is none other than number 6, Zach Brent, on the carry there for the Thunderbolts. One more look at that tote right here from Brent.
Number 28's down for Poston Butte. That's Reginald Owela, middle linebacker.
And you see Owela now trotting off there under his own power. Luckily, it looks like not putting a whole lot of weight on that right ankle there. So we'll keep an eye on him as we progress throughout the fourth quarter here tonight. 11 minutes and 29 seconds remaining here in the fourth. Mica Mountain will go back to work now on 2nd and 6 from their own 43. 2-by-1 on the outside now for Thorson. Split backs behind him. They send a man out in the flat. He's going to try to go to the air. He loses the football for a moment, and it looks like Poston Butte may have it. And they do indeed have the football. They recovered it right there. Caleb Cherry, the quarterback, in for Mica Mountain right now, fumbled it away. And the Poston Butte Broncos defense, right place, right time for the fumble recovery.
Just defense, of course, there's Bobby Gaitan again, number 51. Of course he would be on the play.
Who else, right?
Yeah.
He's trying to make his name for Epic Wings Player of the Game is what I think. Gaitan definitely a candidate at this point.
Who knows? We may have to have co-players of the game at this point.
We very well could.
I don't know.
You never know.
It could happen.
You never know.
That'll be a hard decision for us.
So after the turnover there, 11 minutes and 2 seconds remaining here in the fourth. Poston Butte now goes back to work. Larson fires over the middle. It falls incomplete. The intended target, Aiden Contreras. Contreras on a little sit route right there, and unfortunately the ball falls incomplete.
And Contreras knew he had it. You could see by his body motion when he dropped the ball, he kind of went to the ground like, oh my gosh, I should have had that. That was an easy catch for me. So he was frustrated with himself as he went down to the ground and complete frustration and just disbelief that he could not bring that football in.
2nd down and 10 now for the Broncos. Larson hands it off to the up back. That is none other than Gavin Thrower, and Thrower just continues to carve up yards here against this Thunderbolts defense. 10:45 and counting here in the fourth. 3rd and 6 upcoming here for Poston Butte. Possession play now for the Broncos.
That is the thing. When you have an offense that's high-powered like this, that can run the football like this all night long, James, again, this is going to be a viable football team should they stay healthy throughout the entire season.
Larson sends one in motion, a low snap. He's going to give it on the jet sweep Coming near side, it's Contreras, and he has nowhere to go with the football. Mica Mountain doing a great job running down the line of scrimmage and stopping the play before it picked up almost any yards at all.
That was number 6, the cornerback, Zach Brent. Also number 51, Jason Criswell, also in there on the tackle.
Mica Mountain doing a great job there with edge contained that time. Don't let anything get outside. That's the mantra from the coaching staff. Fourth down now. Larson's going to throw. It falls incomplete. Ball hawking in coverage that time for Mica Mountain was Joseph Powell, the 5'10" junior, and he did a great job there, edge containing as well for the Thunderbolts.
He did, as Larson was trying to hit Connor Lopez. Powell saw that, just jumped that route and knocked the ball away. Great job by Powell. The vision to see where the football was going, where the wide receiver was going. He just had to be in the general area, in the vicinity, to be able to knock that ball down and force a turnover.
So a turnover on downs now for the Broncos, and that gives Mica Mountain another chance to go back on offense here with 9:37 remaining here in our fourth quarter.
As Caleb Cherry is still out there at quarterback for Mica Mountain, so I'm assuming that Jaden Thorson is done for the night.
And, of course, my question to you, Ed, is do you think that Caleb Cherry is any relation to the Braden Cherry, the senior quarterback last year out there at Cienega High School, which is not too far away from Mica Mountain?
Quite possibly.
1st and 10 Thunderbolts now. They're going to hand it off. On the carry is Josiah Thornwell, and Thornwell does a nice job knifing his way through traffic there for the Thunderbolts.
My mistake, James. That was Zach Brent. Again, the 5 looks like a 6 so many times.
It does.
And then when you get in the middle of all those big guys, it just looks like a 5 to me, but it's a 6.
I'm just thankful that we have halfway discernible jerseys here tonight.
Yes. Some games we've called, we're like, I don't know what that number is.
Yeah, you can't see it, especially if it happens on the far side of the field.
Right. Even binoculars can't help with that.
Yes. Just about 9 minutes remaining here in the fourth. Mica Mountain from the 45-yard line on 2nd and 4. Cherry's intercepted and running up the far sideline for the Poston Butte Broncos and into the end zone for the touchdown.
That's Ja'Kai Robertson, the strong safety. Jumps that route.
Robertson,
wow.
Ball hawking back there for the Broncos, and that was a pick 6 right there for Mr. Robertson.
That was about as easy as you'll see. Robertson saw where Caleb Cherry was going. He telegraphed it. He turned his body, and he was looking right for that wide receiver. Robertson saw it. Easy jump. Caught the interception and took it in for a 6.
$33-0 Broncos now over the Mica Mountain Thunderbolts with the PAT pending here. They fake it. He's going to come near side with it, and he gets blasted at the 5-yard line, does Larson. And he's into the end zone for the score. Correction. That was the holder, Josh Furman, on the free run right there. The 6-foot senior out the gate, and now the officiating crew is going to talk it over one more time. But luckily, Ed, we can take one more look at it right here as we await the official ruling on the field. Gets into some traffic right there. The ball squirts out at the last moment. And initially, the officials thought it was recovered in the end zone right there. But now they'll talk it over. And it appears that the 2-point conversion attempt was no good. So with 8:37 remaining here in our fourth, 33-0 Broncos over the Thunderbolts.
When it came down to it, it looked like Furman's knee was down before he was able to cross the football into the end zone. And, of course, the football came out anyway. But once Furman's knee was down, of course, the play was called dead right there.
Poston Butte kicks it away. deep into the end zone, and it's blown as a touchback. So 8:37 remaining here in the fourth. It's all Poston Butte here tonight from the Santan Valley. Don't forget to stay with us. Following the conclusion of tonight's ball game, we'll award the Epic Wings Player of the Game. A couple candidates on our list here, on our short list, if you will, for that Player of the Game nomination. And we'll catch up with that gentleman following the conclusion of tonight's ball game. Get him up here in the booth and get him on a headset, Ed.
Yeah. What an outstanding achievement so far for Poston Butte. They had a 15-0 lead, and they continued to pour on in the second half, James, right? 18 more points you add in the second half. Contreras with a touchdown run, Thrower with a touchdown run, and, of course, Ja'Kai Robertson with that pick six just a few minutes ago.
Outstanding pick six there for the defensive back for the Broncos. And Robertson doing a great job there. Also returns all the kicks as well for Poston Butte. Mica Mountain hands it off. They plunge ahead, and a flag is on the field. That one thrown what's in the general vicinity of holding. But we'll have to check the call right here.
Personal foul or face mask.
Face mask against Poston Butte. So that'll be should be a 15-yarder and a automatic first down now for the Thunderbolts.
You know, I always think this. On every offensive play, can't they call holding every time if they really wanted to, the referees?
Yes, and if you looked a little closer, there'd be a lot more face mask
Oh,
calls,
of course
too,
it would.
That stuff gets grabbed
yeah.
in there in the middle.
They can't call every single thing.
Oh.
Well, if they did.
And then so many unmentionables that go on in the pile
Of course,
underneath there as well.
If they called everything that happened, we'd have no football game because they'd have penalties all night.
It'd just be nonstop flags
Right.
all night long. Thunderbolts will go back to work now. A high snap. It goes over the head of Cherry, the quarterback, and the Poston Butte defense right there to shut that down in a big hurry.
High snap, but great job by Cherry not trying to do the most at that time. He saw the football and just fell down on the football. He didn't try to just scoop the ball up and try to be Superman and do a heroic play and you're down 33 points. Just lay down on the football and just live to see another play as it's 2nd and 22 on the 39.
2nd down and 22 now from their own 28. Don't forget to join us next week. We'll be out at Dobson High School, home of the Mustangs. Perry at Dobson for Military Appreciation Night. They'll hand it off through the Thunderbolts. Picking up a couple yards on the play. Working their way slowly back to the original line of scrimmage goes Mica Mountain. 3rd and Tonopah now here upcoming for the Thunderbolts.
As we're under 7 minutes to go.
You ever been out to Tonopah, Ed?
No.
It's west of where you are and then a little bit further west. It's actually not too far from you. About 25 minutes west of you on the I-10 there.
So if I live there,
Valley.
so if I live there, it'd take 2 hours to get here.
It would take, two and a half. if you had another wreck on the 60 like we had this afternoon.
Oh, it may take you 3 hours to get here.
Might take you 3. That's right. But it was interesting to see that 24 highway come in right there into Ironwood there. I hadn't seen that yet.
Yeah, it worked
since we were out here last year.
It worked out well for me to get here.
Yes, it did.
Not you, but me.
Not me, but yeah, it worked out for you. That's good. Cherry goes back to work. The ball's tipped and intercepted on the far side of the field. Rumbling his way up the far sideline for Poston Butte. That was Jalen Brooks, and what a great play right there. Just put on another interception on the tally tonight for the Broncos.
I believe number 36, Elijah Brown, the outside linebacker, tipped the ball, and then Jalen Brooks was right there, the cornerback, to make that interception. But Cherry comes in and throws 2 interceptions on 2 consecutive drives. What a horrific night for him as he comes in and spells the starting quarterback, Jaden Thorson.
Yeah, a tough task right there
night.
indeed to come in relief of Thorson, who's a really good quarterback for this Mica Mountain team, trying to bring the club back now is Cherry, and unfortunately throws the pick now. Poston Butte will go back to work here with 6:09 remaining in regulation. Under center now, it's Larson. He's going to bootleg and try to elude a tackler, and a great job with
tackle.
a sack
for
Mica Mountain.
That was 51 Jason Criswell, the outside line, a defensive end.
And Criswell just bearing down there on the edge and not giving up the play, not overrunning the play as well there. One more look at it right here.
Because he knew he had a free shot at Max Larson. All he had to do was just run and stay with him. Again, didn't have to do the most. Just run to where the quarterback is and make the tackle like you're taught to do in practice every day.
That's right. Don't overrun the play. Break down there. Nice shoulders parallel the line of scrimmage, and then wrap him up. Drive those legs. We got an injury timeout down on the field, so we'll step aside, take that timeout with him. You're watching Epic TNF 2022 right here on the Epic Sports Network. Stay with us. More coming your way next.
At Precision Air and Plumbing, we understand that we're all using our homes in ways we never have before. And we are dedicated to making sure that your air conditioning and plumbing are working at peak efficiency no matter what you're doing. When you make the precision decision, you can trust that we're going to hold ourselves to a higher standard and above all, operate with integrity. We're going to protect your comfort with the longest, most comprehensive warranties available, guaranteed. Give us a chance to earn your business. Visit us today at precisionairandplumbing.com.
We welcome you back to Poston Butte High School here in the Santan Valley. It's all Broncos here tonight over the Thunderbolts, 33-0. James Poovey coming to you live alongside my broadcast partner, Mr. Ed Cole. 5 minutes and 55 seconds remaining here in our fourth.
Oh, that was number 6, Zach Brent, that went down with the injury. He's off on the sidelines getting looked at. At least he was able to walk off on his own power. That's a great thing.
Yes, with some assistance from the trainers, but great to see him up under his own power there, as you said. And over there on the far sideline for Mica Mountain, you can see him kind of working his way through traffic there. They're taking a look at him, or the training staff. 1st and 35. You won't say that every day for the Broncos. 1st down and 35. Clock runs under 6 minutes to play. Larson now is going to bootleg out to his right. Fire, and it's incomplete. Devin Hayward in coverage that time for the Mica Mountain Thunderbolts.
And Max Larson was trying to hook up with the wide receiver, number 20, Kirk Waite, but wasn't able to do so.
.5:29 remaining here in the fourth. After the incompletion, it'll bring up 2nd and 35 from the 39.
Again, you don't make those kind of calls that often in a football game. 2nd and 35.
2nd and 35. I might not have ever said that till tonight. And penalty flags fly.
False start.
False start by the Broncos. You can't help but think that they've got some of the young bucks in there now getting some valuable varsity reps.
Well, that makes it 2nd and 40 now.
It's 2nd and 40, also something you don't say every day.
That makes it 2nd in Los Angeles right now.
Yes, I was going to say that would be at least 2nd in Blythe, wouldn't it?
Oh, goodness.
Oh, man, we're having too much fun up here. 44-yard line now, go the Broncos. And once again, we have a whistle. Timeout on the field called by Mica Mountain. So we'll step aside and take that timeout with them. You're watching Epic Sports Network's coverage of Thursday Night Football. Stay with us here. Back to the Santan Valley in 60 seconds.
Epic Wings, your wing spot since 1982, is now open in Glendale. Our Epic Wings and tenders are fresh, never frozen, and our breadsticks, sauces, and dips are made from scratch daily. It's that tradition of unwavering quality since 1982 that our customers have grown to love, and why we have been named Best Wings time and time again. Come visit our newest location at 95th Avenue and Camelback in Glendale. Epic Wings, proud supporter of Thursday Night Football on the Epic Sports Network.
Whether you're looking to burn calories or are on the path to earning your black belt, there is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class that covers exactly what you're searching for. Kids, teens, and adults of all skill levels, ages, and walks of life have turned to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for decades. Contact Gracie Baja North Phoenix 480-887-8673 and sign up for your free trial class today.
Gracie Baja North Phoenix. Jiu-Jitsu for everyone.
Welcome back to Mica Mountain High School, 33-0. The Poston Butte Broncos on top of the Mica Mountain Thunderbolts. Epic Sports Network's coverage of Thursday Night Football on the air. Don't forget to join us next week. We'll be out at Dobson High School. It's Perry, the Perry Pumas, under the direction of Coach Joseph Ortiz in his first season with Perry. Will travel to Mesa and battle the Dobson Mustangs and Coach Bill Gotzel. Clock ticks down to 5 minutes remaining here in the fourth. Don't forget to stay with us. The Epic Wings player of the game 5 minutes away. Gavin Thrower now goes far side with it. Room to run on the edge. Thrower lowering the headgear there on the far side and rumbling down the far sideline for a big Broncos gain.
What a powerful run there by Thrower, and he just lays his shoulder into Jonah Garcia, number 13, knocks him to the ground. What a strong piece of running by number 24 right there. You'll see him end it off right there. Great piece of running by Gavin.
Power football right there.
Yep.
For Gavin Thrower. He's an ironic name for a running back, isn't it? Thrower?
I know. I guess Gavin Runner wouldn't really sound too well.
Gavin Runner would be a little bit odd, wouldn't it?
It would sound kind of weird, but
it would fit. Play fake. This is going to be Larson now, calls his own number and runs into the end zone for the Poston Butte touchdown. How about Max Larson going to go ahead and put one on the tally sheet here before it's all said and done. Unbelievable job right there from the quarterback.
His first rushing touchdown of the night. And their, their fourth rushing touchdown as a team tonight, James.
Unbelievable job there from Max Larson. Poston Butte increases the lead now to 39. And that PAT is up and good. Our score, one more look at that PAT here for the Poston Butte kicker. 40-0, the Broncos all over the Mica Mountain Thunderbolts here tonight from Poston Butte. Up and true. 4:45 remaining here in the fourth, 40-0. And it's about time for that Epic Wings player of the game. We're about 4.5 minutes away, Ed. Make sure and stay with us, folks, for the conclusion of tonight's ball game. And then after that, we'll get that gentleman up here in the broadcast booth, put a headset on him, and talk to him for a couple minutes about his performance here tonight.
Do we want to tease it? Do we want to say his name now or wait for...
We'll wait till it's final.
Okay, 4:45.
You never know. You know, that a lot can happen in 4:45, and we got a couple other guys here nipping on his heels, if you will.
True. But I think this young man's performance that you and I are thinking of, I don't know if anybody can equal that.
Yeah, it's going to be tough here in the last 4:45. That ball covered up nicely there by Mica Mountain's DeAndre Mangrum, the 5'9", 185-pound senior, getting a little special teams work in there here in the fourth.
But you've got to tip your hat to Poston Butte as an entire organization, as an entire football team. Their offense has been strong. Clearly, again, 4 rushing touchdowns. That's what they do. That's what their basis is, to run the football, and they've run it to great effect tonight, James. In their defense, 0 points given up so far by Mica Mountain. Mission accomplished so far.
Absolutely right. The Poston Butte Broncos have hung their hat on the running game. We talked about it earlier in the broadcast. Octavius Joe ran for 2,000 yards here last season. And big shoes to fill, but so far they just look like they've picked up right where they left off last year.
They just reload. They don't rebuild. They reload.
They reload. That's right. Cherry now goes back to work here. They're going to hand it off, picking up about a yard, maybe 2 yards on the play. Clock runs with 4.5 minutes to play here in the fourth. Thanks again for tuning in tonight. We hope you've enjoyed tonight's presentation of Thursday Night Football here from the Santan Valley. Next week, we head to Mesa, Dobson, and Perry next Thursday night. 2nd down and 8 here for Mica Mountain. They shuffle things on the line of scrimmage. Caleb Cherry now gets the shotgun snap. He's going to hand it off. Coming near side. and almost having the jersey ripped off.
That's number 35.
Jordan Perry.
Yep.
That's
back.
right, the 5'8" sophomore. And he was hard charging as well right there, Ed. One more look at that here. He kept those legs churning very nicely there on the edge.
Yeah, he was. You mentioned his jersey almost came off right there. Or the defensive player, he was just trying to rip that thing down, just trying his best to bring him down. And if it would have ripped, it would have ripped.
This is a very tough seam right here. If you can just hold on to that thing right there on the bottom of that jersey and don't let go, man. Might feel like your finger is going to get ripped off, but you might make the tackle. Just over 3 minutes to play here in the fourth. 2-by-2 on the outside now for Caleb Cherry. Cherry looks to throw. He goes to the air. He's got a man. It's nearly hauled in. The intended target was Dominic Leone on the far side. And you thought for a moment that they might be able to hook up their Cherry to Leone.
Yeah, it was close. Leone laid out and did his best to bring that football in as Cherry rolled out to his left and threw the football just a little bit too far for Leone to bring in. But you got to love number 26's effort to stretch out and try to make that play.
It's all about the effort, because when they go back and watch film on that tomorrow, they'll see that effort there clear as day.
Yep. Coach Nugent will see that and say, okay, you tried, Leone.
That's my guy right there. 4th and 5 now for Mica Mountain. They're obviously going to go for it. 4-down territory right here, and whistles at the snap.
Offsides on the defense.
Offsides assessed to Poston Butte, and that will move the chains for a Mica Mountain first down. 2 minutes and 43 seconds remaining here in the fourth. The Epic Wings player of the game coming your way here in just a little bit. Cherry brings him to the line. A tight trips left. They hand it off. And going off right up that B gap. That was Jordan Perry once again on the carry there for Mica Mountain. And the right side of that offensive line did a great job crushing down the defense there on that one.
So in the ride back to Tucson, what can Mica Mountain take away as any positives from this game? Anything, James?
There are some definite positives. The first positive is they were man enough, or men enough, if you will, to take on a very good Poston Butte Broncos team. We talked about that with Coach Nugent yesterday. Being able to step up and really increase the level of competition is only going to benefit them in the long run. Cherry fires on the far side. It falls incomplete. And the clock will stop with 1 minute and 36 seconds remaining here in the fourth.
And for me, from Mica Mountain, I love their effort, James. They came out and they played hard. They just ran up against a much superior opponent tonight. But I don't discount that the effort that they came up with. They took that bus ride up here, as you mentioned, from Tucson up here, and they fought. It's not the result that they wanted. They're down 40-0, and they're clearly going to lose this football game. But it's still, at least they came out and gave their full effort on all in offense, defense, and special teams. They came out and played hard.
And if you're Coach Nugent and the rest of the staff, that's all you can hope for. 3rd down and 7 here. They come near side with it, almost in midfield. Goes Jordan Perry, and this 5'8" sophomore has been impressive here in this fourth quarter for Mica Mountain.
Coming up on that 1 minute mark, James.
1 minute to go here in the fourth. Coaches now for the Thunderbolts making their way down from the top of the press box.
Their night's pretty much over.
4th and 2 here for the Thunderbolts. Cherry claps the hands, gets the shotgun snap, hands it off to Jordan Perry, who weaves his way through traffic. And Jordan Perry with a nice run there as we are under a minute to play here in the ball game. One more look at that tote right there from Perry.
Perry with
probably the last replay of the evening.
Yep, Perry with a nice head of steam as he gets the handoff right here. Just the speed, he just shot right through that line. You see him right there continuing to fight and get those yards as he tries to make a mark on this football team in mop-up duty.
That's what you got to do. You got to get on the field whenever you can and make the most of every snap. Clock runs with 20 seconds remaining here in the fourth. Cherry rolls out a nice blitz pickup there on the edge by Jordan Perry, and the ball sails incomplete.
He was trying to hit Noah Dickerson, the tight end, junior tight end.
Clock stops with 14 seconds remaining here in the fourth. Should be time enough for one more snap, and that will do it here from Poston Butte High School. Don't forget, stay with us. We'll be awarding the Epic Wings Player of the Game. And speaking of Epic Wings, that guy right there has got some Epic Wings on him, Ed.
Yes, he does.
My goodness.
And I'm about to take him out, too. All right, where's my papers? You getting out of here, buddy. Get out of here.
2nd down and 10 here for the Thunderbolts. Jordan Perry once again up near the 35-yard line. And that should be the last play of the ball game. We have gone final here at Poston Butte High School in the Santan Valley. Our final score, the Poston Butte Broncos 40 and the Mica Mountain Thunderbolts 0. Stay with us for more post-game action coming your way. And right after this, we'll award the Epic Wings Player of the Game. Stay with us. More post-game coming your way here. Once again, the Poston Butte Broncos getting the win here tonight at home by the score of 40-0. Stay with us. We'll be right back to Poston Butte High School for more post-game coverage right after this.
Epic Wings, your wing spot since 1982, is now open in Glendale. Our Epic Wings and tenders are fresh, never frozen, and our breadsticks, sauces, and dips are made from scratch daily. It's that tradition of unwavering quality since 1982 that our customers have grown to love and why we have been named Best Wings time and time again. Come visit our newest location at 95th Avenue and Camelback in Glendale. Epic Wings, proud supporter of Thursday Night Football on the Epic Sports Network.
Whether you're looking to burn calories or are on the path to earning your black belt, there is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class that covers exactly what you're searching for. Kids, teens, and adults of all skill levels, ages, and walks of life have turned to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for decades. Contact Gracie Baja North Phoenix 480-887-8673 and sign up for your free trial class today.
Gracie Baja North Phoenix. Jiu-Jitsu for everyone.
Folks, welcome back to Santan Valley here on the east side. Poston Butte High School. Poston Butte victorious 40-0 over the Mica Mountain Thunderbolts from Tucson, Arizona. Ed Cole here with Epic Sports Network coverage of Thursday Night Football presented by Epic Wings. And it was an epic victory tonight for Poston Butte. From an offensive standpoint, clearly they put up 40 points. They had 4 rushing touchdowns tonight. Defense pitched a shutout against Mica Mountain, 40-0. Let's go ahead and give a recap as James Poovey, my broadcast partner, he's going to effort to go down and talk to our Epic Wings Player of the Game. We can now let you know that Gavin Thrower is our Epic Wings Player of the Game. He had a phenomenal game tonight. 2 more rushing touchdowns. That's 8 rushing touchdowns on the young season for that young man. He is an absolute stud at the running back position for Poston Butte. Scoring started off in the second quarter. Thrower, the aforementioned Thrower, had a rushing touchdown. They added a 2-point conversion. That made it 8-0 in the second quarter. Quarterback Max Larson throws a touchdown pass to Connor Lopez, follows up that score. They go up 15-0 in the second quarter. Poston Butte did. They had that same score at halftime. They led 15-0. Then after that, they scored 25 points in the second half and really just blew the game open. It was close. You know, Mica Mountain could have had a chance to come back, and Poston Butte got the ball to start the third quarter, and they couldn't take advantage of it and get them off the field, and just Poston Butte continued to just pile it on. In the third quarter, Aiden Contreras had a touchdown run, aided by a long run by Larson that set up that touchdown. That put them up 21-0. In the fourth quarter, Poston Butte scored 3 more touchdowns. Gavin Thrower again with a touchdown run, his second of the game. That put them up 27-0. Ja'Kai Robertson had a pick six that put them up 33-0, and then Max Larson caps the night off with another touchdown run that and an extra point puts them up 40-0, and that's the outcome of the game. Poston Butte moves their record to 2-1, while Mica Mountain falls to 1-2 in the season, as they'll get back on the buses there on the field right now. As we're taking a look at Poston Butte, they're getting their post-game wrap-up and recap from their head coach, and they're talking about recapping the game and just going over their debrief from the game. What a dominant performance over 48 minutes of football. That's what Poston Butte did tonight. Offensively, again, 4 rushing touchdowns. That's what they do as a football team. They run the football, and they run it to great effect. And they did it so well tonight. Again, their defense holding Mica Mountain to 0 points. That is a dominant achievement. That is a outstanding effort by that defense to hold Mica Mountain to nothing from an offensive standpoint. And again, they run their record to 2-1, their second victory in 3 games, and that puts them on another winning streak. They beat Round Valley on September 9th, so now they're on a 2-game winning streak, and they're feeling really good through the first 3 games of the season. Got a home victory tonight in front of the home crowd, and they've got to feel good about themselves. Coach Dane Thompson and the rest of his coaching staff and the players have got to feel energized by this victory tonight. It was a thorough performance by the Poston Butte Broncos as they defeat the Mica Mountain Thunderbolts 40-0. We're going to take a break. James, I know, is down there on the field efforting to get our Epic Wings player of the game, Gavin Thrower, to come up here for an interview, and we'll give him some swag, and we'll go ahead and just compliment that young man for the phenomenal game he had tonight. Again, he's got 8 touchdowns rushing, folks, in 3 games. Kid is off to a phenomenal start. He is off to a blazing start as a starting running back for the Poston Butte Broncos. That's number 24, Gavin Thrower, the running back. He is a senior, 5'11", 180. He also plays outside linebacker as well, but 24 is where he shines, is in this running game, and he did it to great effect tonight. Folks, we'll go ahead and take another break, and we'll see if we can get Mr. Thrower up here. If not, we'll come back here and recap this thing and get it on out of here and let you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. But we'll be back in a minute or so.
Epic Wings, your wing spot since 1982, is now open in Glendale. Our Epic Wings and tenders are fresh, never frozen, and our breadsticks, sauces, and dips are made from scratch daily. It's that tradition of unwavering quality since 1982 that our customers have grown to love, and why we have been named Best Wings time and time again. Come visit our newest location at 95th Avenue and Camelback in Glendale. Epic Wings, proud supporter of Thursday Night Football on the Epic Sports Network.
Whether you're looking to burn calories or are on the path to earning your black belt, there is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class that covers exactly what you're searching for. Kids, teens, and adults of all skill levels, ages, and walks of life have turned to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for decades. Contact Gracie Baja North Phoenix 480-887-8673 and sign up for your free trial class today.
Gracie Baja North Phoenix. Jiu-Jitsu for everyone.
Folks, we're back at the home of the Poston Butte Broncos out here in Santan Valley, Arizona. The Broncos victorious by a 40-0 count over the Mica Mountain Thunderbolts. Ed Cole here with the Epic Sports Network, Epic Wings coverage of Thursday Night Football. Again, if you missed it, folks, you missed a dominant performance, just domination on both sides of the football for Poston Butte. 40-0, pitching a shutout against Mica Mountain. As you see the young men celebrate as they get ready to go into the locker room, and their families are happy for them. They're going to go give their families some love. I just love that they're able to have that family time after such a hard-fought football game, after they battled for 48 minutes of football. Here's James right here. We're going to bring in Mr. Thrower here. See if we can pull a chair up for him. Oh, yeah, move that bag. I love live broadcasting, folks. This is what we do. Yeah, slide him on in here. All right. This is yours right here. All right, Gavin. Yes, sir. Come on in.
All right.
James, I filled in as well as I could.
You did fantastic, man, I'm sure. They had a little extended post game down there. That's cool. Let's see here. Let me stop this for a second.
There we go. Try to get Gavin all set and ready to go. Congratulations. All right, let me turn you up a little bit. Can you hear us?
Not in here.
Oh, is it this one?
Yep.
There you go. Okay.
Yep.
All right, now let's see here.
All right.
There we go.
Yeah, we're trying to get
how we looking.
We're getting it together.
That works. That works.
Yeah, cut to that camera. There we go.
All right, let's get to it.
Let's get this young man on here so he can celebrate with his family.
All right, we are here with the Epic Wings player of the game, Mr. Gavin Thrower. Congratulations, first of all, man. Thank you for coming up and spending a little time with us here.
Thank you.
Talk about your performance here tonight. You just continue to carve up yards for these guys and running behind that big offensive line, which I know is a huge part of it.
Yes, sir. You know, I got to give it out to the linemen. They never stop running their feet. You know, they keep going, and ultimately it's just all up to the linemen sometimes. You know, I got to keep running my feet too as well. It's just a dogfight out there all the time. So I just got to keep going and just give all the thanks to all the linemen out there.
Gavin, you've got 8 touchdowns in 3 games. Did you know that?
No.
What you do now?
I'm just trying to.
8 touchdowns, and by the way, Ed, probably close to 500 yards now after tonight of rushing. You had 300 and something
392
coming into the game tonight.
Mm-hmm.
You've had to have hit 500 tonight.
I sure hope so, but, you know, like I said, I'm just trying to be there for my team and win, you know. I just got to give it up to the linemen. They got all my yards pretty much.
How is it coming in here and replacing a Poston Butte legend, if you will, in Octavius Joe, who ran for 2,000 yards and just last season, you know, in his senior year? How has it been coming in and replacing a guy like that?
You know, there's a lot on my back for it too. You know, everyone expects me to do better or even be as good as him, so it's a lot on my shoulders. You know, it's how do I say it? Sorry.
No, you're good. It's
Yeah,
okay.
You're great.
You're great. You're great, man.
It's a lot of hard work for me to sit here and try to do all this for my team and just keep it going. And you know, the goal is to beat his yards and just yeah.
Well, you're well on your way, my man. I tell you what, you've already got a quarter of a 2,000-yard season already in 3 games. That's unbelievable, Ed.
Gavin, when you look at your defense, they pitched a shutout tonight. They were so dominant on that side of the football. What does it mean for you to have a defense that is that strong? How does that make your offense better, knowing your defense can make it happen?
They're just so reliable. You know, it's calming to know that they're going to get the ball back for us so we can make more touchdowns and, you know, gather up more yards and beat them. You know, it's very pleasing to have a great defense. We didn't really think we were going to have a great defense this year, but now, you know, it's just all on their back right now.
Talk about Coach Thompson and the other coaches on the coaching staff. What do they mean to the program?
Oh, Coach Thompson is an amazing coach. He encourages us all, and, you know, he's amazing. Coach Holmes encourages us too. You know, they're all how you say it? They care for their players. They're very careful, and you know,
players, coaches, right?
Yeah, yes. And if you need anything, you can go up to them, even outside of school. You know, gives us rides to practices, so we make sure we'll be there and make sure we're at school. So our all coaching staff. They're amazing.
Gavin, the relationship between a quarterback and running back is a special thing, and you and Max have a great relationship. Talk about that and how you guys have developed that and how he can rely on you and you can rely on him.
Well, me and Max go back to 7th grade. We were dreaming about being a running back and quarterback duo.
All right.
And so, you know, his injury last year kind of worried a lot of people, but, you know, this year he came out stronger than ever. And then knowing that I have him by my side, you know, he's it's just what's it called? A relationship that you can't like get anywhere. You can't teach it. You can't teach it.
You can't.
So it's amazing, and it's just pleasing to know that he's got my back and I got his back.
Things are really good out here at Poston Butte High School. You guys are 2-1 now on the season. Next up, you got I believe it's the Coconino Panthers up there in Flagstaff. That should be a great game. But congratulations here again on the win tonight.
Yes.
And you're the Epic Wings player of the game. Fantastic performance. Keep it up. We're going to keep our eye on you all season long. And you know, you might have some awards in your future, my man. Just keep playing the way you are, and your future is really bright for you and the Broncos here at Poston Butte.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Where's that swag at, James?
It's back.
Okay,
it's back there in the little tub right
there.
there.
We'll
Can
get
you
it.
hand me that? Perfect. Get that right over here.
Yeah.
Once
you know,
again,
the sponsor wants to see that. You know.
40-0.
40-0. See, you're shortchanging them, James.
The Poston Butte Broncos getting the win tonight over. We got
Thank
a
you.
hat and a shirt there for you from Epic Wings. Congratulations again, my man. We look forward to following you all season long.
Gavin.
Once again,
thank you.
Our final score here tonight from Poston Butte High School in the Santan Valley the Poston Butte Broncos getting the win over the Mica Mountain Thunderbolts by the score of 40-0, and that guy right behind the shirt there was indeed bad to the bone. Mr. Gavin Thrower getting it done here tonight for the Broncos. We say have a great evening. Thanks again to our crew here tonight, Mr. Ed Cole, our color analyst, and our videographer, Miss Alexis Weissar, doing a great job for us here this evening. Everybody have a great night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. More great football coming your way, and we will be with you next Thursday night from Dobson High School out there in Mesa as the Perry Pumas, Coach Joe Ortiz, and those boys come to Dobson to battle the Mustangs and Coach Scott. So have a great night. We will